Hey, everybody, and good evening. Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Howdy.
April is terrified right now.
Tiny bit.
She's worried that germs are wafting her way. She has been handing me things wearing a hazmat suit from a long serving stick on a tray for the last 24 hours. And this is the closest she's been. So I'll try not to look in her direction and say things like suffer and succotash. And we'll try to keep her healthy. Welcome to the show. I talked to Johnny a little bit ago. Johnny's going to remote in tomorrow.
Good call.
Because he has MS and we don't want to murder him.
I agree.
So Johnny's going to remote in. Worked for Gino today. I will say this. I don't think I could have gotten today's show done if not for Gino Bisconti. I needed his energy today.
It was good.
If you watched the hour before he got on and you watched the half hour after he left, I definitely needed that energy that he brought to the program today because I was out of it. I'm still pretty out of it. I think I'm coming out of it. I think I'm getting better. But I think tomorrow morning we'll put the finishing touches on it. Now it's just the aches.
Yeah.
I got the lower body aches and I got the fatigue a little bit. When I get up and walk around and do stuff for too long, I'm like, I gotta go lay down.
So I've obviously been trying to nurse him back to health, and the vibe the second half of today that I've been getting from you is oh, he's totally fine, but let's chill and let's lay down just in case I start feeling bad again.
You think I'm totally fine? Well, come here.
No.
That's what I thought.
You haven't passed enough time for me yet.
No, I understand. No, I'm just, I can't shake those damn aches. Those are always the first things that come for me and the last things to leave.
They suck.
The shitty body aches. Yeah, you feel like an arthritic 90-year-old in the knee and hip region, but what do? Hey! No more shitting water. That's good.
That is good. Here, I'll do this.
In fact,
you know what? Nice job.
In fact, not shitting anything. My body has. Yesterday, my body was like, "We don't want anything in here. Get it all out." And now today, it's going. All right, everything you put in here, we're gonna hang on for dear life because it basically my system's apologizing to me today. It's going, "Hey, we overdid yesterday, and we're sorry. We're gonna hang on to a little more of the residuals that you pass our way."
Maybe you took too many cream pies or a bad one.
I don't really understand why cream pies would have anything to do with it. The doctors told me all I would get from that is AIDS.
Your rectum's upset.
I guess that might have been it. We have a lot to do tonight. We have a lot to announce. Today's show with Gino was fantastic. It also meant that we were way the fuck over for tonight's goal. As you can see, 150.
Woohoo.
Is the number.
Nice
So as somebody said in the chat earlier, let's just get remarkably irresponsible with our money and knock out that 150. Hobo chili recipe starting with $4.99. Says, Aaron, please have some Desitin on standby. Your tailpipe looks like the Sarlacc pit in Star Wars. Boom, nerds. Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Do you know what Desitin is?
It's the baby stuff you put on their asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they've been
I think we have some. Would you like a
shitting
little
raw?
bit?
No.
Right on the hole?
I think I'll be all right. My asshole feels fine.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
Yeah. No, it's not, actually.
I had nothing to do after the show tonight.
Yeah, no, I am asshole pain-free.
That's good.
I promise you.
No donut pillows.
No donut pillows, nothing like that. I want to get in, let's get into the chat. Let's talk to you guys because we have coffee news tonight. The coffee is ready. The link, you know what? I'm not going to be a dick. Let's just, let's put the link in the chat here for you. We are, 145 away from tonight's goal. Thank you, Hobo Chili Recipe. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and put here it is. Here's our coffee link.
Let's so
put
excited.
that there. Steel Toe Coffee just for you. Shipping included. This is the cool thing about the shop that Crescent Mountain Coffee Company set up, is that shipping is all included. So you don't order your coffee and then go, hey, what the fuck? Like an extra $10, $15, that's horse shit. There you go. There's where you get your Steel Toe Coffee. There's the link right there. CrescentMTCoffee.myshopify.com. That is our specific link. There's no other coffee in there. You don't have to go fishing through things. There's a 12-ounce bag and a 1-pound bag. The 12-ounce bag, $19.99. The 1-pound bag, $24.99. There it is. There's the site. It's that easy.
Oh, it's so cool.
April, tell them about the coffee. Tell them the flavor and all that shit, because I am not a coffee guy. All I can tell you about this one is I could drink it, and I hate coffee. So this must be good.
I just noticed a typo on the...
Well, go ahead.
Anyways, I am ultra thrilled with the coffee. It is rich. There's no bitterness to it on the back end when you swallow or anything. It's really good black, or you can dress it up and it's good with a little cream in there. Honestly, it's great either way. I'm going to be testing it out in my cold brew maker to see how it stands with that. So far, I've been drinking it every day, I think, for 2 weeks, and I'm pretty thrilled with it.
So the really cool thing about this is they make it to order. So when you order it, they prepare it and they ship it, and it gets to you within 5 to 6 days. So you're talking about a very quick turnaround. We don't handle any of it. They sent us the sample. We said, this is the one we want. Put our name on it. This is the Steel Toe coffee. Everything else is handled by professionals. It's handled by the coffee people for the coffee people. So there is the link in the chat. Once again, there you go. The really cool thing about this is that you can see how the site's set up. So it's just our coffees on there, and you can check out the other Crescent Mountain coffees if you want,
of course,
but and you should. But if they ever said, hey, would you guys like to experiment with a new flavor, you just throw it on there, and because it's all made to order, if you guys like it, it'll stay up there. If you don't, who gives a shit? It's all made to order, so there's no holding inventory, anything like that. I think the next thing they're working on is K-Cups, and then after that, I think, is the April's Magic Bean concept, depending on how this does. Now, I was told, we just put a Twitter link out there, and like a dozen packages went. Our coffee guy said, hey, you guys, this first hour, we've thrown a dozen out there. That's pretty good. I'm like, well, we haven't had a show yet.
Right.
You haven't had a show yet? I said, no, I just tweeted the link out. He goes, well, this is going all right.
Pretty exciting.
So if you want your Steel Toe coffee, get your orders in, and we're all really, really excited about it. There's the link in the chat. The crescentmtcoffee.myshopify.com. That easy to get your Steel Toe coffee. Somebody had a question. I think it was Hadouken. Okay. And now I can't find it. It was a good question. There you go. Do VIPs get some coffee merch? No, because this is not our merch. This is basically a naming deal that we're doing with Crescent Mountain Coffee. These are their products. This isn't ours. Matthew Jenkins says, be sure to do a boring announcement video that would make boring Jeremy proud. Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. The boring Jeremy shit is coming. All I have to do, what I'm looking for now is his backdrop. Like, I'm looking for a quartering banner. Okay. Maybe you could look for this and you could put it in your editor thing and make me a nice quartering backdrop. And maybe I'd put like a shitty hat on and wear a dorky shirt. Like, I don't know, maybe like a Captain America shirt, something gay.
You have to wear an elk hat.
Yeah, and then just title the thing, The Most Amazing Thing You've Ever Seen. And then just make it really
gay,
milquetoast and boring and just about the coffee. That's it.
While we're not sending out coffee to VIPs, if you're already a coffee drinker, just switch that out for this one. How's that sound?
Simple enough.
For a month or so, a couple weeks, try it.
Give it a shot. I think it'll be your new favorite. Citizen M says, be kind to my girl Selena tonight. Just got out of kidney stone surgery. My heart can only take so much pain. Wait, you just got out of kidney stone surgery? You're too young to be having kidney stones.
No, he's not. It happens. Yeah, oh yeah, be afraid.
But isn't that from like stress and shit?
I'm sure it can be from many things.
Citizen M, you understand that the life you live on the internet is probably causing those kidney stones. I've been telling you about this. I got people sending me shit. It's like, Citizen M did a video shitting on you like April 25th. I'm like, yeah, he does that all the time. Just shits on me and then comes back the next day. Oh, no, I really like you. And then goes to somebody who shits on us and goes, oh, I really like you too. Citizen M, as long as you know what he is and you understand that he's just a little shitbag kid, it's a lot easier to take Citizen M.
You know who else has kidney stone problems right now? I think. Anyways, it's a stone.
Chad Zumach.
Buzzy. And that poor guy just had a stroke. But he's in that age range where you kind of think like...
You're supposed to be getting them.
That shit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, but Citizen M can still get them. That really fucking sucks, though.
Especially you live that life you live, buddy. You got to cut that shit out. You got to live a little more simple. Robert says, does the coffee look like what came out of Aaron's asshole? Nothing looks like what came out of my asshole.
We don't need to talk about it. Nope.
You don't need to talk about it. I need to get things off my chest sometimes.
I've heard it from you so many times.
Jay Santos says it's internet streamer coffee. No doubt it's of the highest quality. It's not internet streamer coffee. This is a coffee company's coffee. We've taste tested it, said that's the one we want, and they put Steel Toe's name on it. So this isn't like, oh, let's find a shitty coffee company. This was a good coffee company coming to us, Crescent Mountain Coffee, and them going, hey, if you really want to do this fucking, dicking around with the quartering thing, I'll make you a coffee and we'll send it out to you guys. And you can tell us what you think.
And I'm a hopeless addict for coffee, so this is a big day for me.
Yeah, so
Huge.
We're very excited about the whole thing, man. And thank you guys for buying those before we even got on the air. They're very impressed with that.
Thank you.
5,000 El Camino says, is everyone in this chat from the ROTC chat? No, but we have a big crossover with ROTC, and I'm very happy about that. Royce rated us one day, and a lot of them damn near all of them stuck around. And Mersh and I have had our fun little back and forth, and that's helped a lot. It's
a good crossover.
We both do shows. That's just it. We're not stealing other people's stuff and then just staring at it and being a dipshit. We're actually doing shows, and there's so few people out there doing shows. I think that's why ROTC and us get such a loyal following, is because people are starving for actual entertainment, actual shows. That here we go. Here we are. Nicholas Jasso says, Aaron's K-Cups. Oh, titties. Get it?
K-Cups?
I get it.
Damn,
Giant
those are big.
Tits. I am getting real tired of people with bigger tits than I have telling me I have tits.
Maybe they're jealous of your size.
Look, man, I will take it from Gino Bisconti. I won't take it from anyone else. You giant-titted freaks out there. Get fucked. You'd cut your titties off to have mine.
Like, I get Johnny K-Cups, but I think Aaron's K-Cups could be very funny.
That's very cute.
Put a little on them.
Ro Jogan says, I want whatever Gino was on this morning. Gino is always like that. Constantly. He is never not like that.
Real quick, somebody asked up above if there's only a limited amount available. No, they are made to order.
Yeah, they're made to order.
Can always order some.
Order as many as you want, or order now, order later. Citizen M says the Steel Toe logo looks sick on the coffee bag.
Yes, It really does. I've got a bag upstairs. It's a really, really sophisticated bag.
Rexdart Parody account says, will this coffee be part of fighting the good fight? Everything I buy needs to be for a cause. Yeah! You're fighting the libs.
Your cause is it gets you the fuck up in the morning and it tastes delicious.
So you can fight the progressive.
So you can fight the fight and you can choose the fight.
Liberal trans stuff.
It helps you poop.
Yeah.
Aaron.
So
maybe that's it. You had a tiny taste of coffee and you shit.
That's what it is. I shit everywhere. Hulkamash Baby says, so Rumble tomorrow, or didn't Gino get you struck? No, I disavowed enough where we're good.
Yeah.
Jessica J says, what's even cooler is he just got out and now watching your show. Of the what do you call it? The kidney stone thing?
Ew.
That's very nice of him.
That is dedication.
Derek Chauvinist says, I'm neutral on the coffee thing, unlike the car that ran over the mud shark.
Whoa.
God damn.
That one hurts me sometimes to hear it. Because it's bad visual. Makes me sad.
Scott Shelley says kidney stones are from chronic dehydration, and Happy Plague Doctor says it's from holding your piss.
Ooh.
Hobo Chili Recipe with $4.99 says, I can tell you're uncomfortable. Your facial expressions of a young man that was diddled with no tender loving care.
Oh, no.
I was not molested.
We're going to get you some help, buddy. I would touch you right now, but, you're just a plague.
I know that you're not going to believe this, Hobo Chili Recipe. You have your mind made up. I was not molested as a child.
Oh, my God. I only married you because I thought I could help.
You thought I was molested. Yeah. That is the way.
You're like a beaten puppy. I needed to take you in.
That is the way a woman would think, though. They'd be like, you weren't molested. You were just fine, and I started at a better place with you than I thought I did. Well, now I'm upset. Like, if women don't have a thing to fix, they're mad. If the guy's okay, they're like, that's fucked up.
In fairness, we usually find out you were all diddled after we've been with you a while.
You'd be fucked up if you got with a guy because he was diddled. I'd worry more about that chick.
A little bit.
Citizen M says, unironically this, I am a miserable person. But you don't have to be. Being miserable is a choice.
We try to help.
Yes. Being miserable is a choice. You don't have to be that. I promise you. Aaron, did it look like rusty radiator fluid, says Wrong Hole Rick. Oh. I can't describe it. I really can't.
I can list off one of the ways he described it to me if you'd like.
Go ahead.
I think he texted me from the bathroom once and he said, you know what it looks like when you're throwing up, but it's just stomach bile left?
I did
like,
say
that's
that.
what my shit looks like.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten better today.
Maybe you had C. diff. There's a lot of diffs going around.
I had corn diff? Oh,
no,
my
there's
God.
an actual ass disease or whatever bug called C. diff. Ethan Klein had it.
Oh, no, that's monkeypox.
He shit pesto for a month.
Matt Fields with $5 over on the PayPal end of things. Thank you very much. Only 140 away from tonight's goal, so be irresponsible, and we can knock that out very early on tonight. Thanks, guys. T. Jefferson says, that's where I came from. You got to watch out for those cats, though. Clarence wants to steal yo girl.
Yeah, what the hell? I never even saw that clip. I've never seen it. This is all hearsay to me.
Scott Shelley says, I liked ROTC until Red Bar told me not to. You know what? I found that I actually missed out on more content not watching shit Red Bar told you not to watch than I did just dumping Red Bar and watching all those shows. I actually found better content. Usually if you dump the thing, whether it's a girlfriend, a show, a person, whatever, if you dump the thing that tells you you can't do certain things, you're usually going to be better off than just dumping all the other things. What is that? Is that the sign of a sociopath or a narcissist? That you keep telling people to, you try to divide them from the people they like?
I think sociopaths are aware of it.
No. What's the thing that Crowder is, where you try to divide people? That's a narcissist, right?
No,
where you try to separate people from their families and the
I think
other
that's
people?
a sociopath. I think a narcissist is just all about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. KYP Stu says, Aaron, make some Brazil nut coffee and call it Toe Morning Show. I can't do that.
Oh, that is another thing I discovered about this coffee today. So my little bitty maker, I made 3 cups, which is 5.5 ounces. So I saved a cup in it and it sat there for a while roasting, right? Just in the pot.
Yeah.
And the longer I let it sit there, it tasted nice and nutty and dark and deep and delicious.
That's why I have her here for for the actual coffee parts.
So nice.
Citizen M says, I was medically informed that stress was a factor in my kidney stones. See, I told you.
Yeah,
cut the shit. You're too young of a guy to be having stress problems. You got nothing to be stressed about.
I feel like he's younger than I am.
He's younger than everybody. He's a kid. He's a baby. He's a little baby, and he's getting fucking kidney stones.
He's a little guy.
Matt Fields, Streamlabs, his $5 did say, if you're going to compete with the right-wing grifter clique, you have to lie and tell us your kids are hand-roasting the coffee to order in your basement. We're coming for you, quartering.
Dude,
okay, so I gotta get on that. I gotta be a better grifter.
I would love it if it smelled like a roastery in here.
Wrong Hole Rick says Aaron made his butthole dry heave.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Zen Rhino says Crowder is both a narcissist and a sociopath. David Lyon says, Aaron, the people you're describing is LGBTQ people. Oh, okay.
Why were you with them?
Triple N says narcissism is a psychopathic trait. Okay. Hobo Chili Recipe telling me little column A, little column B. No, Roe Jogan wants me to change my sweaty shirt. That's right. I was sweating into this morning. Look, man, I got the flu. I'm a piece of shit. You got to let me be a piece of shit one more day, and then I'll be fine. I promise. Wasabista with 600 yen says, call your coffee brand coffee brand. Coffee brand.
Okay, that's funny.
Brand coffee brand.
I think that's the thing I hate about his coffee the most is stop calling it coffee brand coffee because he only did it because he thought, oh, that's edgy. Get it?
He's different.
It's not interesting.
He's different, guys. That's how you fight the libs, by being different.
I would never buy something called coffee brand coffee.
You know what I love about
never.
You know what I love about guys like Jeremy from the Quartering is that everything they do, we need to not be into the group think that all these lefties are in, blah blah blah. Then every time he steps afoul of Crowder or Tim Pool for a second, he goes, or Matt Walsh, I shouldn't fight with you guys. We're on the same team. And I'm like, dude, aren't you the one who just told everybody that they all got to be independent thinkers and we've got to think for ourselves and everything else? And now today you're telling me, you can't fight with these guys because, we're all on the same team.
Do you think he's ever tried to bribe people out of a fight with his coffee? Like he's arguing with someone like, no, we're fine. Have some coffee.
Have some of my coffee.
Have some of my coffee.
You know, you'll feel less mad towards conservatives if you have some of my coffee brand coffee. Yeah, I don't know.
So pretentious.
Yeah. All right, guys. So our coffee is live. If you're just joining us, Steel Toe Coffee has officially, what do the kids say? Dropped?
Launched.
Launched
is the correct word.
Triple N says, Jeremy is a neckbeard personified. I can think of one other guy who's a neckbeard personified, and I think you know who I'm talking about. That person is probably a neckbeard personified. Jeremy does try to talk about stuff. He does like have his own thoughts on things. He's pretty bad, don't get me wrong. But there are worse people I can think of in terms of like sad, depressing neckbeards.
I'm going to assume I know exactly who you're talking about. And it is hard to put Jeremy
I can't put Jeremy
on a pedestal, but you have to in that situation.
He is better than that. So yeah, Steel Toe Coffee is available right there. The link is in the chat. CrescentMTCoffee.myshopify.com. Perfect. There you go, guys. Order your coffee and enjoy it. The new Steel Toe Coffee is here. 140 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate all of your support. You guys really knocked it out this morning with Gino, so we don't have far to go.
It was great, by the way. As somebody who needed a good show this morning, I was working hard at something. You guys were very entertaining, and I liked the two of you together.
Well, good.
I made sure he knew that, too.
Because I felt like shit the entire time.
Well, you hit it well.
Well, guys, I got some bad news. I feel a lot better than Joe Kapp. Joe Kapp, the Vikings, former Vikings quarterback, who led us to our first Super Bowl. Of course, we lost, but he led us there. Dead at the age of 85 today. JJ Kapp, what?
He was capped.
I mean, you are aggressively unfunny tonight.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's mean.
He was capped. Oh, my. Do we have a bomb sound effect? Holy shit. I don't have I don't have one.
I got to remember you're sick and bitchy.
He was capped. Well, April, I'm making fun of you. They don't all have to be home runs. Joe Kapp, who played quarterback at Cal and later led the Vikings to the Super Bowl, died Monday at age 85. And April thinks that's very funny. That an 85-year-old man is dead.
That's a great life. What are you going to do? Like, if he was like 12, I probably wouldn't be making fun of him, but he lived a long life.
If he was 12,
went to a Super Bowl.
If he was 12, you wouldn't know about it. He ain't going to the fucking Super Bowl at 12 years old.
You don't know.
Who would give a shit if he was 12?
No cap.
God damn. Oh, my God. I'm going to puke again. You're going to make me nauseous again.
I don't fucking care. I'm in a great mood.
I need a thing.
I'm in a great mood. You're not wrecking it.
Where is it? A
lot of you gays are not acting like queers right now.
I'm sorry.
You know what? Here. Oh, wait. Maybe.
You want that dookie?
No, it's not the dookie one.
No,
How about?
I don't.
Guano!
I don't know. I got to work on it.
I think that's all you.
Citizen M can get me a good one. Or not Citizen M. Victor. I'm sorry. He had oh shit, I'm kind of glad he's dead reading this. He had a 15-year.
Well, that's terribly unfunny.
Well, he had a 15-year battle with dementia.
That seems like a long time to battle with that.
Yeah, that's too long to be all gimped out like that.
I thought it went to full-blown, like, amnesia after a while.
Not amnesia. You're thinking of Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, yep. Yeah. Boy, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's, again, 15 years with dementia. God, not knowing who the fuck you are for a decade and a half. I guess you don't I guess you don't know it's been that long, so you're fine.
You don't know, but I think, boy, that struggle, shit, that is almost harder for your family, I think, because then they got to go visit you and you don't know them.
Kapp spent 8 seasons in the Canadian Football League, twice leading the British Columbia Lions to the Grey Cup title game. He moved to the NFL in 1967, leading the Vikings to a Super Bowl IV appearance following a 12-2 season in 1969, though the team fell short against the Kansas City Chiefs 23-7. And that was every Super Bowl. Every Super Bowl we were in, not only did we lose, but we got our ass kicked. Vikings Super Bowl results. We like never came close in any of them.
I almost don't want to get to another one because I don't want the heartbreak of losing it.
3. So we went to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years.
This is
at one point.
This is what we are now.
If you look at the scores, who did the Vikings lose Super Bowls to? 32-14 to Oakland in 1976. I just want to see the Super Bowl results. How many times? Yes, they went 4 times. We got the shit kicked out of us. We know. Fran Tarkington, I think, played in 3 of them. Joe Kapp played in the other. But, yeah, Miami kicked our ass. Pittsburgh crushed us. Oakland, obviously, 32-14, beat the shit out of us. In Kansas City, it wasn't competitive either. So,
well, it was probably a mercy death at that point.
So Joe Kapp done at the age of 85 after a 15-year battle with dementia. All right, guys, 140 away from knocking her out tonight. Let's be a little irresponsible with the Super Chats and the PayPal and the Streamlabs and the Venmos, and we'll knock that out and do 30 minutes of overtime. I caught this real quick. I was catching up with Who Are These Podcasts today, and I had not seen this, and this had not been brought to my attention. I had no idea it existed. I guess Opie got a $400 super chat from Nicholas Gurr,
we know him, yeah.
who has Adrian Washington as his profile picture.
Great man, funny comedian,
great, wonderful man.
Go check him out,
Adrian Washington. And
it's a lot of money.
All I have is the WATP clip of this. I don't have the Opie clip, but Opie doesn't get the gag. So let's play it real quick.
No idea how this works, but if it holds, you are now officially super chat.
I gotta go back a little bit.
He got a real big super chat from Nicholas here, and he got real excited about it.
But Nick Gurr, if the money holds, I don't know if you can take money back. I have no idea how
he didn't even notice.
If it holds,
nope, he didn't notice.
You are now officially the super chat champion.
Yeah, for a few reasons.
Come on,
I want to see.
He's winning
fucking
for sure.
For the 400.
It's fucking hysterical, dude.
Hysterical.
You fucking screwed up, and it's funny. That's it. We're presented you fucking up, and all I could do is react to what I see. And Jesus Christ, dude.
Vinny did not know I was going to play this, and also it doesn't end there.
Star Dog champion. Thank you, Nick Gurr, for the $400. I was having a slow day, and you came through.
You're still having
Holy
a slow
crap.
day.
You see my eyes and went, we ain't going anywhere.
It's not a slow day anymore,
we
buddy.
ain't going anywhere.
Jesus.
I'm shocked at this, Nick Gurr. Thank you very much. But I'm just
don't go spending all that money like a Nicholas Gurr now, OP.
gonna keep that on the screen because you are officially the super chat champion, and you put a number up there I don't think people are going to beat, to be honest with you. So I would be saying Nick Gurr's name for a very long time. Thank you.
What is that, 4 times?
He said his name 4 times.
Jeez.
With no sense of irony, didn't catch on, had no idea. That's beautiful.
Whoever that guy is, honestly, that was the best $400 that he's ever spent.
He does not regret spending that money for a second.
Not one letter.
Oh, he is so happy.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
Oh, well, very, very good, sir. Thank you very much. I think he dropped a big one on us, too. But we're a little smarter than Opie, and I think he gave us like 50 or 100 at one point.
It was like a 50, yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, well, thank you, Nicholas Gurr. I mean,
Mr. Gurr.
How many people has he gone to on YouTube and tried that, and he finally got it to work? I mean,
God, I hope a lot.
Why Nicholas didn't just go right to Opie the first time, I don't know, because that would have worked. AKA Wheels with $9.99. Thank you, buddy. And Hobo Chili Recipe with another $4.99. Thank you. You guys are down to $130 this evening. He says, if you have any coffee from Ethiopia, show them your malnutrition Ethiopian belly and you're employing former child soldiers to pick the beans. No, this is, an Indonesian roast?
Yeah, Indonesian.
As it were?
Yep.
David Lyon says, Jesus, it's only $400. How great is that for Opie, though, that like he's a multi-millionaire and he gets $400 and he's just like, yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
And just starts, if you give Opie $400, he will shout the N-word 4 times on his stream. He's like, Gino Bisconti will do it for free. Opie needs $400 and he'll just shout it out from everywhere.
I bet if you're Opie, though, and you do like just tiny little Facebook streams every day, and you get something like $400, that's a pretty big deal.
That is pretty nice.
That's pretty fun because you don't think about the money you already made. You just want to see it come in.
Yeah, Nick G is in our chat. He says, you are welcome. I'm the man.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are, Nick G. Nick, be honest. How many channels have you tried that on?
He said right there. He said $1,200.
He spent $1,200 getting that to work.
He said $1,200 and it finally worked. Something like that.
God. Congratulations.
There it is.
I'm glad your journey is over, Nick. He says $1,200 and I finally got it.
Dude, that's a cool one too. And he didn't notice and he said your name 4 times.
Yeah, no offense, Nick G. I'm not trying to run afoul of you here and your wonderful generosity, but you do know, like, you should have picked Opie first. I'm actually offended that you went to me first before you went to Opie, you fuck. Now, you know what? Now I think you and I have heat because to think that you thought I would have said it before Opie, like you thought that I wouldn't get it before Opie did, that upsets me.
Oh, relax. You passed the test.
I did. Matthew Jenkins says Kumia loves Opie now.
Honestly. Yeah, probably.
Exactly. Gray Duckling with $9.99 says just cause. Thank you. Zen Rhino says yes. Bali Blue Indonesian coffee. That's what it is. The steel toe coffee. Bali Blue Indonesian coffee. It's a medium dark roast combo.
It's delicious.
Very, very good. You guys will like it.
We can all wake up to the same coffee and show. Look at that.
There you go. Citizen M says, does saying Nicholas Gurr 4 times make him super racist or super not racist? You know, I'm going to say super not racist because he didn't notice it.
I agree. And it makes you a tiny bit ignorant.
I believe it's ignorant.
You're a little ignorant.
Happy Plague Doctor says, with $5, says 2 N-bombs in one day feels right. Yeah. Well, Gino does them for free.
I think there's like 3 of them.
Yeah. Nicholas G says, about 4 channels. Fuck. Jesus, man.
Wow.
But I want to ask you, he says, I knew you would do it for free. I was just donating. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. He wasn't doing it so I would say the name. He knew I would say it eventually no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think I have before called him Nick
Space.
Gurr.
Period.
Nick, first name. Gurr, last name. I have said his name before. It's not the way Opie did,
Dude,
which was just boom.
I could watch him say that over and over again.
It's cute because he's being so innocent about it.
Do you think somebody had to have brought that to his attention later in the episode, didn't they?
He doesn't stream with anybody.
No, somebody in the chat, obviously.
I mean, maybe, but what's the fun in that?
Maybe.
Hopefully he didn't read it. Hopefully he missed it.
Oh man.
And now, Nick, if you could, are you going to try again, or are you just, because my advice to you would be take this victory and walk away. You take this win at the casino, go to the cashier, take your winnings and go away. Don't try it again, because then it's just the law of diminishing returns. Hussein, he actually got me with his.
Yeah, he did.
Hussein first name, Igerman last name. Says, that's it. I'm going to super chat Opie $100 tomorrow. Wish me luck. Good luck, buddy.
Obviously. Very good luck.
Hobo Chili Recipe says, is there going to be an Indonesian ladyboy blend? I don't think so.
Why?
David Lyons says, we should donate $400 every time Gino says the N-word. Well, then I'm never going to stop.
Should.
I'm never going to stop having him on the show. Nick G says, I want to do it with a Jewish slur. Well,
you seem good at it. You could probably pull it off.
It's good. It's good to have goals. What would we do without fans like this? I mean, yes, you would look at that person if you didn't have a show and you would go, what the fuck is your mental malfunction, you lunatic? But when you have a show, you look at them and you're like, these people are fun.
So would the last name have to be ITE and then start with like Nick again? No, that doesn't flow.
That would be Kite.
Oh, that's right. Oh, last name has to be IKE.
Yeah.
Ike.
So you could be Nick. Yeah, there you go. Nick, first name, Ike, last name.
Right.
There you go. Nick.
Oh, C-Box is a good one too.
Jeremy S. with $2 says, I'm broke. Love you guys. Well, thank you very much. If you're broke, you don't have to throw money at us. How about just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel? That's always cool too. And check out our clips also. We've been on an absolute roll with clips in the thousands every single day. Today might be the first day we don't catch 1,000 on the clip. We've been on a run since April 19th, I believe, where we've had a clip go into the thousands each day. So that puts us on a 10, like almost a 20-day run, I think.
Okay.
And that 20-day run might end today. I hope it doesn't. We've got a Tucker one that's up at like 900 something, so that one might sit. That one might cross over. Well, the Howard one's at about 700. So we got one at 928 and one at 626. So we might still get over it.
There's some great name suggestions in the
Okay,
chat.
Mike, first name from Nikki Fruit Loops. Last name Ike.
Oh, Mike and Ike.
Oh, Mike. Oh, Nick G. That's the one you got to use. Mike, and then the last name, like the candy Mike and Ike's. That would be perfect.
You could spell Mike differently and do M-Y-K.
No, you could just spell it Mike. It would still work.
Holly Cost is cute.
Holly Cost, says C. Mox.
That's pretty cute.
That's adorable. Holly Cost.
I like that.
Nick G says his show was up for like 2 hours and then taken down. Okay, so he did eventually catch on.
Oh, no. Do you think
that Nick G was fucking with him?
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't go back in there with Nick G as my name because he's probably mad at you now. Wait, how mad can you be with $400?
Well, apparently mad enough to take down the episode.
Derek's is funny.
Alex Bernal with $2 says, I am not broke. All right. I'm off. Oh, yeah. Now that one would be good, Nick G. If you go with Derek Chauvinist's name, if you could get him to say that one, that would be good. Oh, God damn it. I haven't watched Opie's show in forever. Am I going to have to start watching Opie's show again? Because Nick G is in the chat trying to get Opie to say racial slurs to if you think about it, it's a win-win.
Right.
Opie gets a shitload of money, and the guy, Nick G, gets to get his slurs in there.
Lou Skunt is pretty good.
Lou Skunt, yes, of course. Kyle W., thanks for the $10, buddy. 115
Thank you.
Away from knocking it out today. Thank you very much.
Ben Dover. Mr. Ben.
Yeah,
Dover.
now we're getting into like Simpsons prank call territory. Like we want him to hit hard. For God's sake, he started with
Fine.
I'm
so sorry, I'm not racist.
I mean, he started with Nicholas Gers. You can't go from that to Ben Dover.
That's the only St. Nicholas I want visiting my home, by the way.
You gotta have. Wait, what?
Come down my chimney.
No, he came up mine. That's
have
why
some dark roast with me.
That's why I'm all loose. Oh, let's go to the phones. Hello, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Aaron? It's Granny. Y'all been okay?
What's up, buddy?
I got the poops too, dude. Like I ate chili cheese fries, dude. I've been slapping them out like crazy.
You gonna make it?
Yeah, I think it would be, but I was calling more on the inward parameters here because,
of course,
Gino said it twice. Tampa Terry said it 3 times. This is like a granny or like a Bloody Mary type of situation, where if you say it 3 times in the mirror, like one appears behind you.
I don't think that's the way it works. I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to keep yourself up at night. No, that's an old wives' tale from back in the day.
So if Gino came on and said it one more time, like an N-word wouldn't appear behind me.
No, Granny, that's
dark in the bathroom with a locked door.
No, Granny, that's 2 things. That's Beetlejuice and prison. It's 2 different things.
Oh, okay.
There's only one way to mass summon those people to your home.
All right. How are your slap bards doing?
You don't want to ask? I was setting you up.
No, I don't. I'm more concerned about your butthole, dude.
There's only one way to mass summon those people to your home.
What is it, Aaron?
Thank you, April. You put a sign on the in your yard that says EBT accepted.
Oh, that was awful.
It's not as good if you don't. I forced it. I forced it is what it was.
Yuck.
You did. It was a force, dude, and I was more concerned about your butthole. How are the slap parts doing? Are you like?
My butthole is
your anus controllable at this point?
It's solid, man. It's good. My anus is under control. I would say if we were to compare it to a natural disaster, the floodwaters have crested and are now receding.
Okay, you got a good clench on it now.
Yeah, we've got it. We've got a tourniquet on it.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, man, keep your butthole tight, and don't let people say the N-word 3 times in a row. Like I've seen how this shit works out, man.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, you
It's
keep
not
us
good. Captain America can't do all that. You know what I mean? Like you can't wrangle your butthole and triple N-words in one show.
No, you have to. I've always said you have to pick one or the other. Sodomy or the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not have both?
Triple N-word.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Granny. Go do more drugs.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye. I don't know. I'm not saying he was on drugs. I'm saying I was guessing.
Well, drugs to control his butthole.
Maybe to control his butthole, yeah.
What did you consider out loud to me your own personal victories today?
I held down food. No, go ahead.
Oh, like you had dry farts today.
Yeah. I could trust my farts today. That was kind of nice.
That's how you say it.
Joe Smash with $5 says, tried to buy you an NWO jean jacket off a homeless guy today. It was mint. He wouldn't go for it. Son of a bitch. I hate those proud homeless people. Shit. 110 away from knocking it out today. Thank you guys very much for your support. Our coffee guy just sent me a little snippet. He said 12 bags of coffee already during today's show, during the evening show here. So thank you guys.
Very cool.
Very, very much. Again, there's the link. Steel Toe Coffee is live. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't checked it out, the Steel Toe Coffee is now available for everyone. There's the link in the chat, crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. The link is right there in the chat. If some of the mods want to copy and paste that and throw it up every 10 minutes or so, that would be nice of you today. And also 110 away from today's goal. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got clicky fingers. 110 away from today's goal. Thank you guys very much. All right. Let's get into more things. Have you guys seen this Starbucks worker who went absolutely rip shit on an old lady because the old lady misgendered her?
Not yet.
First of all, you got to give old people a break on shit like this. Old people just found out about trans people like 2 weeks ago. Like, this is a very new thing. And plus, old people are used to being, what's that word? Normal.
Traditional.
Normal. I'm going to go with normal. I'm not letting go of normal. Where if it looks like a dude and it acts like a dude, it's a dude. If it looks like a woman and it acts and talks like a woman, they call them she. They're not used to pronouns and they, them and shit like that. And do you remember the study we did a while ago? Well, we didn't do the study, but we talked about the study where like 70% of employers said if they have their pronouns in there, I don't fuck with them. I don't hire them.
They're a problem.
They're a problem. Starbucks found this out the hard way. Let's watch this, and then we've got an update on the employee.
Absolutely not. Don't ever call me transphobic. Ever. You do not know me.
You're being transphobic, Karen.
Do not call me transphobic.
You are
ever.
By the way, number one sign of mental illness in 2023. If they do the clapping, they need to be either medicated or institutionalized.
I don't know where that came from, but it is awful.
And I could tell you. Came from the inner city.
Okay.
Black women did that a lot. You don't know shit. Y'all don't know me. And then white girls obviously copied it and looked even douchier when they did it. Then the gay community co-opted it, and you're like, oh, fuck, you people are unbearable.
Clapping in my face while you're yelling at me feels the same as like if somebody were to come up in my face and like push me in the chest with their finger. Like it's the same level of disrespect and grossness.
No one has ever changed anyone's opinion by shouting at them and getting more aggressive with them. Here's what you get when you're aggressive with somebody. They're either going to be aggressive right back to you, or they're going to walk the fuck away from you because you're being an asshole. So going to someone and trying to convince them of your point and going like that, that's almost like a trigger for that person to go over the top of what you just did. They're going to get angrier and more aggressive. As you clap in their face.
People that might not have yelled back at you suddenly are yelling at you too.
They're yelling at you because, again, you're making a clapping noise in their face.
Yes, you're not having one, dude. Please.
So this English woman called this person a guy or called it a girl. I don't, whichever one they don't think they are.
Let's say they said sir.
Yeah, they said sir or whatever. And this person, instead of going, well, I identify as a woman. I know it can be hard to tell sometimes. That's the number one with trans people. Like, you can't be something for like 20 or 30 years and then switch to something else and not be. You can afford to be polite to people if they fuck it up.
I have a better suggestion. If an old woman accidentally calls you sir, just don't say anything. Who cares?
But
Are
even
you seeing that person again?
But even if you do, you could just go, oh, excuse me. I know it can be very hard because I'm transitioning and it's difficult. I wasn't born this way. I wasn't born this gender, but I identify as this. I'm just letting you know. Like 99% of people will go, oh, okay, my bad, whatever. All right, have a good day. But to just jump in their face and start screaming and yelling at them, I feel like, though, that's part of the game for them. That's part of the high they get of being trans.
It's victimhood.
They get to be a victim. They get to yell at people. They get to lecture people. Well, something happened with this person. And actually, this might surprise you a little bit. Starbucks did can them.
Wow, that actually does surprise me.
Yeah, Starbucks fired the insane person who was screaming at the old lady. And here's why. If you notice in the video, she's trying to kick the old woman out without her coffee. And Starbucks is not cool with its employees stopping paying customers from buying coffee.
I don't think any business is happy with their customers going out unhappy.
No. The nasty confrontation, which has since drawn a police probe for alleged assault, took place late last month at a Starbucks branch near the ferry terminal of Southampton, Hampshire, in the UK. The 56-second viral clip starts with the female customer shouting, "Don't ever call me transphobic, ever. You do not know me." So they're both kind of being a little black about it. The Starbucks barista, who has stepped in front of the counter alongside the enraged customer, replied, "You're calling me a man. You're being transphobic, Karen. Now get out."
I'm with the old lady so far.
I'm with the 70% of businesses who say, if we hire people like this, they tend to just cause problems.
All right, well, they already hired the guy, so I have no problem with the old lady saying, like, don't call me that. You have no idea who I am or how I feel.
After calling the customer Karen, isn't that funny? They're like, hey, you misgendered me. Don't use offensive language, as I use a shitty term to describe a naggy woman to you. Again, the Starbucks employee orders the woman to leave the coffee shop. The employee says, get out, while motioning toward the door. Despite the woman repeatedly ordering the worker not to call her transphobic, the Starbucks employee persists, clapping in her face and refusing her demand for a refund. The employee says, "You're transphobic, now get out," telling the woman she's trespassing now.
Ew. That's not your Starbucks.
Yeah, that's not how trespassing works.
Oh, man.
Trespassing does not work where you're an employee somewhere and you go, "I don't like you. Get the fuck out." And then you go, "No, I'm going to pay for my coffee and leave." "Well, you're trespassing." It's like,
God, that's why I'm just, like, my stance on it is too, like, people could call me anything they want. I could take offense to it, or I could just let it go because it doesn't matter. Like, if that woman had called him as sir or something like that, he could have just shut his mouth and been like, "Oh, she doesn't know."
Softgas says, "Wait, what's going on here? Who is lecturing who?" Yeah, when two women are yelling at each other, they're technically both lecturing each other. Because she's saying, "Don't misgender me," and the other one's, "Don't you fucking tell me that I'm transphobic."
Yes,
so they're both
women.
Yeah, two gals are trying to, shake fingers at each other. Mark Atkinson says, "Is this still the shit show, or are we feeling better?" Two things. One, I'm feeling better. And two, this will always be a shit show, sir. So how dare you?
I think he literally meant shit.
Yes. The man filming the squabble is then heard saying, "Apparently we said something transphobic," as if in response to a passerby who asked what's going on. Immediately following the comment, the Starbucks worker storms over to the filming man. The employee is then seen lunging toward the phone and swatting it out of the man's hand. The worker is then heard in the background repeatedly ordering the man to give me the phone. By the way, totally helps you not look crazy.
So, yeah, you're just clearly unstable at best.
That's interesting because you don't usually see that in that community.
Right. I usually see lots of very calm, level-headed trans people.
Actually, you bastard.
It's an aggressive move for a lady.
Yeah, that's not very ladylike.
No,
you're right.
That's not very ladylike at all. Somebody's being a real tomboy.
Yeah, I've never swatted a hand out of a... No, I swatted a phone out of a hand.
Yeah, or a hand out of a hand.
Or a hand out of a phone.
You've never done either of those things.
No.
You want some, give me the phone. Let's go, Reese, give me the phone. I've got plenty of witnesses, give me the phone.
Oh, and now they've touched your phone.
Let's go.
The since fired Starbucks barista then allegedly grapples with the person filming the incident. Yeah, way to show him you're a lady.
Yeah, grappling is really a womanly move.
That's a woman's thing. Really, unless you're Amanda Nunez, I don't think you really grapple with anybody. The heated scene was posted to Twitter by media personality Oil London on Sunday. Since then, that's a gross name. Since then, it's garnered more than 4.5 million views and has prompted heavy criticism. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like case A of like that study where they went 70% of employers would rather just avoid hiring people who play the pronoun game.
Yes.
Because, surprise, surprise, they've found that in hiring these kinds of people, they end up with a lot of mental cases.
Check this out. If you're somebody who feels the need to put your pronouns in like a bio or a resume or something, that shows me that you like to make really big deals out of really menial things.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
Mike Erb with $5 says, all this N-word talk, I could use a palate cleanser. You'd like a palate cleanser. Well, if you'd like a palate cleanser.
If you care to join me in the parlor, we will be serving white cake.
There you go, buddy. 105 away from tonight's goal. Like I said, just get irresponsible. Knock that out. We do a half hour of overtime today to celebrate the fact that Steel Toe Coffee has officially been launched. And again, if you'd like it, here is the link in the chat. Boom, there you are. If you'd like to order your Steel Toe Coffee. And by the way, the prices listed on that shop are including the shipping.
I forgot that part.
Yeah, shipping is included in that. So you're not going to get hit with shipping costs. And they currently have it set up for inside the United States shipping. They're going to work on the international part. But right now, U.S. shipping only. Wrong Hole Rick says, Aaron, did you see that Jake Shields was challenged to an MMA fight by a trans male? I have that story somewhere. I've been meaning to do it Monday's show. I meant to do it this morning. We never quite got to it. Oh, well.
You don't see trans males very often. We usually go man to lady.
Yeah, like in a weird way, there's something I kind of respect about a trans man challenging a dude to a fight.
You'd think that'd be harder, obviously.
It would be, yeah. You're definitely at a disadvantage there. But yeah, I guess there's an MMA guy who said I could beat 10 trans men in one night in MMA. And so like one trans man went, oh yeah, well, fuck you, I'll fight you.
Okay.
So it's just a bunch of dick swinging turned into a mess. No Pen 15 Fathead with $10 says, here you go. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.
And we're an even hundo away from knocking it out tonight. Zen Rhino says you can also send the Steel Toe Coffee as a gift. Just make the shipping address what it needs to be, and the billing address is the same as the card you're paying with. Well, there you go. You want to send it as a gift? That works as well. Thank you.
Been a really seamless process with you guys. So
yeah, I tell you, Crescent Mountain Coffee Company has been really great in getting this all set up. We've basically all we've had to do throughout this whole process is just tell them yes or tell them no, and I don't think we've told them no yet.
I'm so happy about it. Honestly, I would have never thought I would have had our company on a coffee, which really does do big things for me mentally.
Yeah, I think it's great, and again, it's a great way. What we're gonna do. We don't know how it's going to sell yet.
Right.
And I hope it sells remarkably well. So far, so good. I mean, we had like a dozen people before the show even started, so that's great. But if it sells really well, I think there's two things we're looking at doing with it. That's, of course, giving Johnny a little bump. And, of course, helping make this not such a listener-supported show. So all of these new vehicles are to help this program become as self-sufficient as possible. So thank you guys very, very much for all of your support in helping us get here, especially Zen Rhino. Thank you. Dan Snot says, yo, steel camel toe. Oh, so we're not camel toe. We're a steel camel toe.
Steel camel toe.
If you're going to be a camel toe, got to be a steel one. Hey, guys, great news. Labor activists have been warning for years that rapidly developing technology, and particularly AI, threatens the stability of the workforce.
Oh.
We saw a report today that artificial intelligence could replace 80% of human jobs in the coming years. But that's a good thing, says U.S. Brazilian researcher Ben Gertzel, a leading AI guru.
Oh, no.
Why is that a good thing? I need to know why that's a good thing. Like, replacing 80% of human jobs AI will be replacing 80% of human jobs. Okay, in order to convince me that's a good thing, you need to tell me, what are we going to do?
That I can't remember what movie I'm thinking of, but there's a movie out there where you basically sit at home and control the AI version of yourself. It's not The Matrix. It's something very similar, but
so
it's
it works for you and like brings back the money?
Right, but that's not cool either because then you just sit at home getting fat and gross.
Well, okay, in fairness, how does that really change what we're doing now?
I'm not fat or gross. I go do things.
But I mean,
I could be gross,
the
I guess,
society in
some.
general? I mean, it's not much of a
I'm
change.
just saying, like, I don't know how people think that 80% of people don't have to go to work now being a good thing because people will sink into their couches and become one with the couch.
So your life is going to basically become a video game.
Yes. I do not. Surrogate. That is the movie. That's exactly it. Yep.
I thought it was
Surrogates.
Alita Battle Angel. Sorry, I'm always going to...
you just like that movie.
No, I'm always going to make that reference for shitty movies. It's Alita Battle Angel is my new go-to for dog shit movies. It used to be Hollow... Yeah, it used to be Hollow Man. Now it's Alita Battle Angel.
I've never seen this Battle Angel thing, but I did see Surrogates, and that is exactly the one.
Well, and yeah, I think that's going to have to be it. Like, it'll have to be we each get our own AI assigned to us, and it goes out and works. Okay, but then how long until the AI... goes out, does the job, and now expects to keep what it made and fuck you? Like, that's the next step.
I think that's part of the point.
Yeah, that's why I would object to something like this.
Well, then it goes over to this that I always think of, too. I don't know how often I can say that.
Why,
but like
why the N-word?
Oh, no. This is 2 words.
Oh, Jewish conspiracy. Yeah, I see.
No,
Okay. Well, you can say that. I just don't know if you're right.
Well, it's just, do you really need people then?
A population control thing.
Right.
Well, I mean, think about it. Bill Gates is like the big guy behind ChatGPT. And Bill Gates is big into population control. He thinks the population is overcrowded.
Many, many things that happen in our world lately really do boil down to this for me all the time. Like the whole pop control
just trying
thing.
To get
I'm
rid
just
of people.
like, it seems like you don't need us anymore.
Right. And yet, you're actively embracing something that's going to reduce the need for us.
Right.
So I'm sorry that we're not embracing AI, but AI does seem like the end game in a bad way.
It does, because where do we fit in?
Right.
You don't need to make babies anymore.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
you don't need to do anything.
In fairness, before we get too far down this rabbit hole, this is the guy making the prediction. So, I mean...
He's cute. Come on.
Yeah, you guys decide if this guy's right about the 80% of AI doing your jobs or AI doing 80% of the jobs. I'm not...
You don't trust a man in a furry wide brim hat?
I mean, it's a guy who clearly has nothing to lose, so
Right.
maybe he is telling us the truth.
He lost it, whatever it was. Already.
You could probably obsolete maybe 80% of jobs that people do. I don't think it's a threat. I think it's a benefit. People can find better things to do with their life than work for a living. Pretty much every job involving paperwork should be automatable.
Okay, so I see where they're going with that. They want us to be able to, what do they think? Go out and travel and
With
have
what?
fun and all that shit, but
what?
have our AIs working instead. But then, yeah, exactly. We need money, number one. So how are we getting it? Except we're probably printing it by then and money is obsolete.
Yeah.
But then we're going to have to exist in a world where there's both humans and AI. I don't see us all fitting together eventually.
Let's just go ahead and make this very simple. We're winding down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just...
I don't like that person's like, well, this isn't a threat. Well, it's a big threat to me.
Yeah, I think we're winding down and, embrace the suck, so to speak. Killer Beehive. Now there's 2 people who have confronted me on this tonight. Killer Beehive says, what's wrong with Alita Battle Angel? I don't know. I woke up one morning, like we left Hulu on, and I think it was the FX movie channel, and that movie was on and Christoph Waltz was in it and anything he's in.
I love him.
I like him. So I watched like the first 15 minutes and I'm like, I don't know where the fuck this is going. And then I woke up like towards the end of the movie and I'm like, now I'm totally fucking lost. And it just seemed like they were trying to turn a 14-year-old girl into a fuckable robot and I was really creeped out by it. And I'm like, yeah, no, thank you.
I missed the whole thing.
There was Jennifer Connelly. There was,
I like her.
There was Christoph Waltz. And there was Remy from House of Cards.
That
whose
sounds
name
like
is
a great lineup.
Mahershala Ali.
I feel like I have to watch this movie now just to see.
You can go ahead and watch it.
All right.
I will watch The Late Shift again. April hates when I watch The Late Shift.
Because it's one of those movies where you see it one time and like after that it's boring.
Scott Shelley says, trying to turn her into a fuckable robot? I'm sorry. I apologize to all the people who want to fuck the clearly 14-year-old robot.
Is it 14?
They
or
gave
is
the
it
battle,
not 14?
They gave the battle samurai robot tits. I mean, it's not necessary.
Okay, relax. Is it a 14-year-old robot? Or is it an adult?
Here, how old is Alita in Alita Battle Angel? I think it stems from a Japanese thing, and they're always making really weird fuck objects.
I get
over
it,
there.
but you still might be an adult.
300-year-old warrior woman.
Okay.
But no, she's...
I think she's past the age of consent.
Okay, over 300 years old. But they're like trying to design her. She's 4'11".
So she's very short.
She's
That's
a
kid-like.
tiny little kid-like thing. Sorry. I don't like the
Robots
movie.
could be short, though. What if
All
they're
right.
just not human size?
You know what? I tell you what. April and I will do a second viewing of Alita Battle Angel, and I'll watch the whole thing start to finish.
You're going to join me?
And I will let you know if it sucks ass or not. There. And I will.
And if you want to fuck the robot?
And if I want to fuck, I'll let you guys know if I want to fuck the robot.
Me too.
How's that? Thank you very much to David Chandler with $50 over on PayPal.
Whoa.
And Gray Duckling with $100 says, start reading my comments, even if they are drunken lullabies. Okay.
Wow, dude. Thank you.
I promise I will. We are now $50 into
Both
tomorrow morning's goal. Thank you to both David Chandler and Gray Duckling. David Chandler being, this is one of those weeks where he's more of a steel toe guy than an MLC guy. But then there will be another week where maybe he's more of an MLC guy than a steel toe guy. I like them both. I like David Chandler supporting whoever he likes because it always comes back around in the end. Hulkamasha Baby says the rich live above the poor and control them through money and power, kind of like that. See, Hulkamasha Baby.
Hey.
Oh, no, it's Gray Duckling I'm supposed to be
Omaha.
reading. Gray Duckling says the chick with the crystal in her head was the girl from the Labyrinth. Did we talk about the girl with the crystal in her head?
I don't know. I've never seen The Labyrinth either.
I don't know. Yeah, see, there's steel toe VIPs and then there's steel toe MVPs, and I think we have to make David Chandler an MVP, which means he gets to tell us we can't talk about certain things. He can censor. He has the power to censor
a financial MVP.
Oh. Direct message says, to be fair to Ape, she's probably used to mechanical aids. I think he means you use sex toys. I think that's what he's trying to say.
I do not. I've actually never had one.
I mean, you don't count butt plugs, do you? Who does?
Wow. No, he said mechanical aids, and I was thinking like the disease, and I'm like,
yes.
I don't think they get that.
A mechanized version of AIDS.
How can that? Do you know how bad that would be?
A mechanized virus.
Rust-proof AIDS.
Little tiny AIDS demon machine.
Like
that
a little
goes into
bug,
your
like the
body.
bug that went in during the Matrix?
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
But it's AIDS.
It's an AIDS bug.
Taste Fairy says, is the coffee cat shit coffee? No, it is not Kopi Luwak. It is Bali
Blue Indonesia.
It's a single origin from Indonesia, tasting notes of dark chocolate, molasses, and brown sugar. That is steel toe coffee. And again,
it is delicious.
Here you go, boys and girls. There is the link in the chat. Since the goal has been blown out already tonight, we're just going to put the link to the coffee up there in the chat. There you go. It's pinned in. And Steel Toe Coffee is live just for you at crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. There it is, link pinned to the top of the page. All right. Continuing on. This is what Citizen M told us to be very sensitive about.
Okay.
And that is Selena Gomez. He's a big Selena Gomez guy. He doesn't want us to hurt her feelings or anything like that. I think I'm defending her here.
I've not seen this yet.
She got a kidney, right?
Yes. She had lupus, and she needed a kidney.
Okay. Now, lupus is not a drinking disease. Right? Lupus
What do you
isn't.
mean it's not a drinking disease?
It's not a disease that you get from drinking.
No.
Right?
It's an autoimmune disease.
Okay. So if you get a new kidney, you should be able to drink, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because drinking's your liver.
Well, yeah, but your kidneys filter out toxins too. So, I mean, they could play a little part, but it's mostly your liver.
I think this Francia Raisa is being kind of a you-know-what giver. She stopped talking to Selena Gomez because Selena wouldn't stop drinking after she had given her a kidney, at least according to her ex-friend's dad. El Cucuy.
Ew.
Who the fuck are these people? El Cucuy, the famous Spanish radio host. Oh, that El Cucuy. And father of Francia, went on a Spanish news show called Premier Impacto. That's my butthole right now.
Right, that sounds bad.
Premier Impacto. About 5 months ago, and wound up giving more context about what went down between the two ex-best friends. During the interview, he was asked why his daughter wasn't included in Selena's highly anticipated documentary. God, this just is so... All of this stuff just gets so bitchy and cunty.
I guess, but if you do think about it this way, part of her is living in Selena. And
you gave it up, though.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of like when you give somebody a Christmas present. Don't be mad at somebody for what they do with it, I guess.
Exactly. If you give someone a bread maker and they use it to store heroin inside of, you don't get to complain about that. It's their bread maker now. He told the outlet it was no secret what happened between them and added that that's just what happens with love, money, and fame. Oh, God, would everybody... This is what bothers me about this whole gossip world. The dad here is supposed to be the adult. Like if this Francia chick went on the radio and went, yeah, I fucking hate Selena because of the kidney and shit like that. Okay, that's fine. They're a couple of catty bitches gossiping at each other. But the dad is supposed to be the one who grabs these broads by the hair and goes, all right, that's enough fighting. Enough out of you two. Knock it off. I've seen enough.
Right, but you're also a radio personality, so I'm sure you know what it's like to beef something up sometimes.
Okay, now that you put it that way, yeah, everyone can talk shit.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Now, he's the radio host? I thought he was on a show. Oh, no. El Cucuy is the radio host. Wow. Then El Cucuy got a El Cucuy, you know?
Yeah, that guy gets to make mountains out of molehills.
Yeah. Apparently, that's Francia. Apparently, Francia told her she didn't give her a kidney so she could go out and drink, causing stress on the organ. See, now that to me is horseshit. You gave her a kidney and now what? She has to live like a monk the rest of her life? If that was the case, then why didn't she just not take the kidney from you and just die? Just let me rot if you're not going to let me do anything.
I can see both ways, but I do lean on Selena's side here.
Of course.
Because you did give it up. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like if you had a kid and you gave that up for adoption, you don't get to scream at the people raising it either. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of... If you tell someone, oh, I'm going to save your life and give you a kidney, but then the minute you see them grab a beer, you go, up. That's not what I gave you a kidney for. That's
now
like
you're a cancer almost.
That's kind of that is, to me, a woman trick. That's a thing women do, is that they do something nice for someone just so they can control them further.
Well,
I've seen a lot of women do that.
And I don't know. That's very true, by the way. I don't like saying this, but I've been a victim of that behavior previously.
Women are cunty where women keep score, man. Women keep score of the nice things they've done.
Yeah.
Men, sorry, we don't typically tend to do that. We just do a nice thing and then move on to the next fucking thing we do.
And the retard like me, when I receive said nice things, I'm like, oh, God, they just love me so much. You know, that's so nice. And it's never that.
Yeah, it's the keeping score. It's to have something hanging over your head.
To me, like, I don't know these two, Francia and Selena. I don't know their friendship prior to the kidney. But if they weren't friends before that and she just heard that she needed a kidney and she matched, to me, she only did that because she's like, well, now I'm a part of Selena Gomez the rest of her life.
Now Selena Gomez owes me a favor so I can tell her not to drink.
Right.
What a bitch. All right, let's see. There's a couple of interview clips here with this chick. Let's see if this changes my mind.
Change my mind.
Change my mind. This woman's a cunt. Change my mind.
How's everything going with you and Selena? I know you unfollowed her. You still don't follow her. Are things good with you?
Okay, how about this? Imagine you're this guy and you do this for a living. I saw you guys unfollowed each other on Instagram and Twitter.
It's invasive.
Ew.
I do hate the unfollowing shit too. Like,
yeah.
It does kind of say that you don't like that person when you did once, but you shouldn't be paying that close of attention.
You know what I always think when I see someone's like unfollowed me on Twitter? I'm like, oh, they went through their list of people they're following and they just cut out some fat. Because like, I've done that before. I'll see my timeline and it's like, I don't like the shit I'm seeing on my timeline. This kind of sucks. And so I'll go through my followed list and I'll go, well, I don't really read anything from this person, that person. So I think a lot of the times when people unfollow people, it's not really personal.
See, and I'm the opposite. I typically won't unfollow or remove anybody unless they've been shitty to me or like I don't like them or they don't like me.
Yeah, see,
I like, for me, if I don't cut the fat unless it's like a company or something because They're not bothering me or taking up my time if I don't notice them.
I do more curation unfollows, I guess you would call it.
I don't see the need.
Sunday is so fun. It's my day of rest.
Okay, just hearing her talk, I kind of hate her, but all right.
I'm Francia. I'm hanging out with my dog.
Do you guys still talk?
It's a good day, isn't it? It's so pretty out now.
I know,
last week.
Uh-huh.
Now, LA weather.
I like how you're dodging these answers, huh?
I'm really good at this game.
Okay. Wait, but so you guys do talk still, right? Why do you not follow her back? She followed you?
Did you know I'm from the Valley?
I didn't know. I mean,
no, I couldn't tell by you talking. I hate people who are only interesting for one reason.
She's
and then
the donor.
Yeah, and then they get talked to, and then they want to be talked to about other things. It's like, no, bitch, that's not how it goes. It's like whenever you have a singer, and you or you know, great example, an actor who was really great in some movie, and then they resent that you're talking to them about that movie, and they want to talk about some product they're shilling. It's like, no, fuck it. It's like if you meet Stallone, you want to talk to him, you want to ask him Rocky questions. Right? And he's like, hey, you know, I got another movie coming out. It's about a guy who was adopted, and he didn't know his parents, and then he found them. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. So what was Drago like? He's just like, no, I want to talk about the new movie. Great. I'll put a link in the description. Was Mr. T cool to work with?
It's like if you ask Magnum PI like about his movie and stuff like that, and then he wants like, no, I want to talk about reverse mortgages.
No, Oh, no, that's Burt Reynolds who died. No, Tom Selleck, you're right. Tom Selleck is still alive. I was about to say, well, Magnum PI can't answer shit. He's dead. But yeah, that was Burt Reynolds. Sorry. Whew. For a second there, I thought Tom Selleck was dead. Changed my whole day. How the hell am I supposed to find out what to do with my mortgage when I turn 70?
Oh, my God.
I'm having such a hard time believing. Who do you think's going to win championship this year? Lakers are going.
All right, I'm already done with her.
Yeah, she's awful.
I'm on Selena Gomez's
and I hate
side.
him too. Like, is he just walking backwards with a camera this whole time?
The bitch almost lost her life to lupus. She already had a kidney fail on her. And what? She can't go have a beer? Because no, that's my kidney. Well, if you were so bound and determined to police your kidney, you should have kept it in your fucking body, stupid.
It's hard on my kidney. What are you doing? Like, I can just hear that.
Fine, I'll do a juice cleanse, you dopey bitch. Does that help
She's going
you?
to pull a Gino Bisconte. He's been dry for like 23 days now. Did you know that?
How many days?
23.
Wow.
I know. It's impressive.
But here's the problem. Gino's going to be done with his 23 days, and then he's going to go like on a 2 or 3 week bender where he's shit-faced on every episode of In Hot Water.
I'm going to feel bad because he has to be, you know, the opposite of dry, so wet. He has to be wet by the time he comes here to party with us because he has to drink with us.
Like,
he has to.
Like, Mr. Nagel is in the chat right now, although it's a very funny line. He says, this is how those Florida porns start. She gets in a van after this. That's very true.
Yeah.
She lets them know how much, student debt she has.
Did you know I'm from the Valley?
Do you know I'm from the Valley? Who do you think's going to win the championship this year? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you can't do that.
And then that turns into, what are you doing, stepbrother?
Oh, it's not her stepbrother.
Slippery slope.
Citizen M says, Selena and Francis had been friends since 2007. She wasn't trying to leech off her friend's name. There was like a 7-year Oregon wait list. Okay, well, then that's even worse. So you guys have been friends for like 15 years, and you're still going to be cunty to her when she has a beer after you give her a kidney? Okay,
What if it's not just a beer? Does that change your opinion?
You give away the kidney, it's not yours anymore. You've literally signed paperwork.
I'm on your side. Don't yell at me.
I'm on Selena's side.
I completely agree. Once something has been given to you, now it's on you to do what you want with it.
Loaded Wrench says Stallone played Terminator in Last Action Hero. Yes, I wouldn't give a shit. I would only want to ask him about Rocky. That's it. Scott Shelley says, jokes on Selena, the kidney made her fat.
That's not untrue.
Oh, did she get chubby?
You know she did.
Oh, no.
She definitely pulled a Demi Lovato, except she stayed lady.
Oh, no. Well, Demi Lovato, in fairness, is back to a lady now.
Okay, we don't get to say in fairness when she spent a serious period of time being not that.
Oh, weird. Are you saying she might be mentally ill?
Do you remember her singing to ghosts in Haunted House phase 2?
From what I understand, the ghosts loved it. From what I remember of that clip.
Have you talked to them?
The ghosts were entertained. Who are you going to call? Demi Lovato. So when Demi Lovato got back from her last stint of recovering from her heroin overdose, She was California sober,
Gross.
where she only drank and smoked weed, two totally non-problem causing things. And she then backed off of that. She said, yeah, guess what, guys? I found out that's retarded. Then she went, oh, guess what? I'm non-binary. I'm they, them. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. And then we all kind of, with that one, we kind of were hip to the game and we were like, give her like 3 or 4 weeks. She'll realize she's retarded. And then like clockwork, 3 or 4 weeks later, Demi Lovato went, oh, hey, guys, I got news for you. It turns out I'm retarded again. I'm a girl.
You missed the sugar-free cookies at the Froyo shop.
That's all kind of lumped into the retardation.
That was insane, in my opinion.
So we have another clip of this Francia chick. This is from yesterday. Does she realize that she should only be talking about Selena Gomez? Or she should not waste these TMZ people's time. If they come to her and ask her a question, if she's not going to talk about Selena Gomez, she'd go, guys, I'm not going to talk about Selena. So if you guys have somewhere else to be that you need to run somebody down, like if, Prince Henry is over there or something, you should probably just go over there because I'm not going to say shit.
Does she ever wear a full shirt? Just wondering.
She likes her tits, I guess.
How are you doing? You look great today.
Thank you. I'm okay.
Okay. What's new with you?
It's crazy that I'm seeing you again because you made quite the show for me.
Did I?
You did. You made quite the show for me.
I didn't mean to do all that, but it happened.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
Rock is right. This does strike me as like a porno open.
Yeah, it's really cringy for sure.
Yeah,
and those are always cringy.
She strikes me as a really like an opening of a porn actor's scene.
No one means to do anything, but now I'm being bullied. Like
What's
crazy.
new? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Like that's not good.
No, it's not. It's not good at all.
That, you know what? That is like a very TMZ reaction to that. She's like, yeah, thanks. After the last time you ambushed me while I was out in public, I've gotten a lot of like bullying comments like, oh, hey, that really sucks.
My bad.
Terrible about that. That's not good. Anyway, hey, can we talk to you more about shit you've said and done?
Not fun either.
Yeah. What are like some crazy things you got? I was like reading the comments. I was like, dang, this.
I kind of like this TMZ dude.
Did you hear what he just said though? He's like, what are some of the comments you got? I was reading them, but what did you get? So he already knows.
I love that. She's like, I got really horrible stuff that I don't want to repeat because you talked to me last. Oh, yeah, I saw some of those. You want to repeat some of them for me? The horrible comments that you didn't like?
I don't like either of these two.
I actually kind of like this guy because I don't like her.
Pretty bad.
They're pretty bad.
Okay.
I think the one that probably hurt the most was I hope someone goes up your and rips out your other kidney.
That one's kind of funny. I hope somebody goes up your pussy and rips out your other kidney, you fucking whore.
Yeah, except whoever said that probably didn't mean it to be funny.
Oh,
I think we could both sit back and laugh at that, but that does kind of suck that some TMZ guy's got to bother her on her dog walk. And then that happens.
It's a creative troll comment, though.
I don't know.
I mean, they could just be like,
is it creative?
You're a stupid cunt. This guy's like, I hope somebody... I mean, think about it. They had to think, I want someone, because you have to reach up with your whole hand. You can't like finger a kidney out of someone through their pussy.
Fuck, I'm all tingly now.
So you'd have to go up into, hold on a second, guys. Let me mute the mics for a second. So that's how you'd have to pull that off. It's not easy. See what I mean about the effort that went into that comment?
It's nauseating.
He had to think about that.
Damn, that's pretty bad.
So, listen, I don't really want to talk to you right now.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to say is in no way, shape, or form does anyone condone bullying.
Yeah.
And one more thing. I want my kidney back, kidney back, kidney back, kidney back. I want my kidney back, kidney back, kidney back. Selena, you lying drunk slut.
Fuck.
Especially Selena.
Yeah.
She literally has a whole nonprofit dedicated to mental health.
Okay.
And I believe Rare Beauty just even had an event for mental health. So the fact that now
In fairness, ma'am, wouldn't you too have a charity about mental health if you were raised in Hollywood and probably molested?
And excuse me, ma'am, can you stop talking for everybody? She said nobody condones bullying.
Oh, I know lots of people who
You don't
condone
know.
bullying. Yeah.
Come on.
being bullied as I am, and it is messing with me mentally.
Yeah.
To me, it's not what what anyone wants for someone. And,
yeah, right.
You know. She's
Well, then it sounds like you should think twice next time before you go giving your organs out willy-nilly.
Tiny. There's actually a lot of bad people out there that are all for bullying, by the way.
Yeah, just,
There's
you know.
plenty of them. There's so many people that were just like, hey, wait a minute, I'm that guy.
Quit throwing your organs around like it's water, and maybe you won't have to deal with these problems. Rexstart parody account. Shut up that dog. Yeah, can we get the fucking DEA in here on a no-knock warrant and just blow that dog's head off?
I disagree. They came into her space. Bite him.
Citizen M says the reason she's responding to questions, 1, not to look like a cunt online. Too late. 2, TMZ paparazzis will not stop following you until they get you to speak. They get paid by word count. I wouldn't doubt if that's true.
Well, if you were listening to him, all I was saying, yeah. Yeah, oh boy, that's bad.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, just kind of the lifeless sociopath you have to be to fucking to go go on there, and they're like, yeah, last time you took a video of me, I got a lot of shitty comments. And you go, oh, yeah, I saw that. That's really bad. Hey, what were some of them?
Yeah, I read them all, but could you say some of the worst to me?
You have to be kind of a shitbag just to, like, do that job in general. Like, there's no room in working for TMZ to have feelings.
No.
You can't.
None.
I like Roots Calhoun comment. He says, are you kidneying me, bro?
God. And you fucking shit all over me in the beginning of this show.
Hey, you can
just
all have
being bitchy.
You can all have dog shit jokes, man. I'm gonna call all of you out every single time. It's funny to me. I have terrible news. I know a lot of you guys, this is gonna wreck your day, and we've still got an hour and 10 minutes left in today's show. So I'm really sorry to put this in put us in a negative mood, but one of the Island Boys got arrested.
I haven't heard of them in such a long time.
Well, you know,
I didn't even know they were still around.
And I know the next time you heard from them, you wanted to know like when their next single was coming out and shit like that. But no, he got arrested instead. And look, I know that this surprises all of us because we were thinking maybe R&B album, maybe even a foray into motion pictures, maybe even a theater stint. We don't know.
With a face like that, of course.
Yeah, but instead, no, they've arrested the young man. Frankie Venegas, known to many as one of the viral Island Boy twins, has been arrested after his girlfriend told cops he slapped her and pushed her in the pool. I mean, half of that just sounds like good fun. I'll let you decide which one of those two things it is.
What did she do? You know?
Right? Okay, look, when I see someone who looks like this, and I hear that they have a girlfriend,
okay, what's wrong with her?
I think right away, I think the fuck is wrong with this chick? And did she just want to go to a pool party?
Likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And number 2, the kind of person he would draw. What did they do to exacerbate this situation into where it ended up? This is one of those stories where I definitely don't believe there's a good guy and a bad guy.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like she's got to be a little off her rocker to be with him.
You know, the one correct tattoo this guy has is the blood leaking from the head, indicating a brain injury.
I just saw that.
Yeah, that one kind of, that tracks, I think.
I think he threw me off with his hair. Didn't they used to have like bleached like dreads and shit?
Well, yeah, he lets it out now. You know, he's not.
He's all natural.
Well, it was his private time. You know, he's not Mr. Showbiz right now. He gets to have a life.
Okay.
According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, Venegas' girlfriend told police they got into an argument Saturday at the pool area of their Airbnb in Pompano Beach after she threatened to break up with him due to his physically abusive behavior. You know, nothing better to keep a chick by your side and convince her that she's wrong and you're not abusing her than to smack the shit out of her and throw her in the pool like it's a fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
You don't think she's going to come back up and be like, you know what? I was being cunty.
Yeah, like maybe that cold water hits her and she throws herself out of the water and she goes, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's
somebody says she got pregnant. Oh no.
Oh, that cold water. That just kind of that got me perfect. Okay, you know what?
Well, then you have to leave the relationship though.
I was out of line. I spoke when I should have listened. That's on me. Witches Hollow says, this is the same girlfriend that pulled the hair of one of them for hitting her a different time. Oh, yeah. There's one where I guess there's a chick beating the shit out of him in the passenger seat of a car.
Okay.
And he's like crying. I don't think that's the same girl. She told Venegas, the police department, Venegas got upset and slapped her across the face and pushed her into the shallow part of the pool, causing her to hit her chin on the concrete floor below. Ooh. Cops say they noted bruises on her chin, as well as on her arms and legs when they spoke to her at a nearby hospital. Police say when they went to the Airbnb and arrested Venegas for domestic battery, he let his fans know he's since gotten out, posting a pretty enthusiastic video outside of the jail. Oh boy.
No.
Ready, guys?
No, I'm not ready.
This is one of the Island Boys.
Venegas.
He doesn't even have his fucking shirt on outside of the jail. Christ almighty.
Are you wearing a shirt? Is it really freedom without a shirt?
I know I look fucked up right now. I was sitting in county jail for three days and stuff like that. 24 hours lockdown. But I'm out, man. I'm free.
Is he holding his Western Union papers from... So someone wired him the money to get bailed out, and he's holding the Western Union folder on the video outside of the jail with his shirt... Oh, God,
do you think his dad bailed him out? You think he was a proud daddy?
I'm gonna say if we're taking Vegas betting odds, that was the 1,500 to 1 long shot.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think it was him.
I like to live dangerously.
I'm surprised that these two retards even have any money left. That actually does surprise me a little bit.
Well, if somebody wired him the money, it's clearly not his.
Well, you can't just dig into your own pockets in jail and pay your own bail. That's not how it works. Someone has to bail you out. So
right.
Stop playing. Yes, sir. I know I look fucked up right now. I was sitting in county jail for three days and stuff like that.
No, that's the bail bondsman. Okay, I thought that was a Western Union thing.
I was in there for 3 days, and stuff like that.
I know I look fucked up right now. No, actually, you know what I'd say? You don't look fucked up right now. You look pretty much like we remember you.
I look a little better. The hair's nicer.
Yeah, I don't know why you think
Upgrade.
this. Yeah, I don't know why you think this isn't an improvement. For those unaware, Venegas is Kodiak Red from the Island Boys, of course. The other one, Fly Soldier. Who doesn't know that?
I forget.
Took the internet by storm in 2021 with the Island Boys song. The track brought a ton of attention their way, and they even had some beef with Jake Paul during their quick rise. I thought they had beef with Logan. I thought they went on Logan's show and acted like a dick.
Was that Island Boys song a real song? Because I thought it was just something they were singing up by their pool. I didn't know it was like a produced
Oh, no, then they
song.
Yeah, they produced a song.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's impressive that shit can get, done.
Hobo Chili Recipe says, 3 days in county. Hard times, daddy. Connor Fullerton says his facial tattoo would make an interesting lampshade. Chris Welch says his dad stepped out for menthols years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
well, shucks.
They're waiting on his return, but look, I wouldn't I wouldn't wait too I wouldn't hold my breath.
I'm sure it was Fly Soldier.
I'm saying. Yeah, it was Fly Soldier that bailed him out. Jeremy S. with $2 says, I need an Idiocracy quote. I'm guessing you want this one.
You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
That's probably the one. Boys and girls, if you're just wondering, the Steel Toe Coffee went live today, and pinned to the top of our chat is the Crescent Mountain Coffee Company link to the Steel Toe Coffee. Go ahead, put your orders in. It's there. All the prices, the $19.99 for the 12-ounce bag and the $24.99 for the 1-pound bag, they are all including shipping. So you're not going to get hit with shipping charges on the back end. So go to that Shopify link at the top of the page, and that's where you can get your Steel Toe Coffee. They make it to order. They don't hold inventory, so as soon as you order it, they start making it, and they ground the beans and get it out to you within 5 to 6 days. It's a pretty efficient deal that we have worked out with Crescent Mountain Coffee Company. They've done a great job. They've made an incredible coffee, one we are very proud to put our names on. So go check it out. Order it for yourself and fall in love with it. Hopefully it's your new coffee of choice. Pat McAfee is in the news because Pat McAfee's my age. I feel kind of old. Pat McAfee's only 36. He looks older than that. He's apparently walking away from a $120 million deal he has with FanDuel.
Oh, wow.
You must be in a pretty good spot if you're walking away from $120 million.
I'd say.
ESPN has emerged as the leading candidate to be the home for his daily show. Now, I don't understand why these guys are like so desperate to take these company deals. You know, like Crowder with Rumble, or, you know, whatever, you know, the next company that might hire someone is. Like, there's so many options to just do this shit on your own, keep all the money, you get to say whatever you want. Like, everyone, like, you look at the Barstool Sports shit we've seen recently. I'm sure that Dave Portnoy doesn't mind all the money that's been thrown in his lap.
Not at all.
But at the same time, look at all the shit you get for firing a guy like Mincy. You have to turn your back on a guy who's been with you from the very beginning because your overlords who gave you all that money have told you that you have to burn your friend at the stake.
Well, I always try thinking like, oh, put yourself in those shoes. Let's say somebody bought you out for, let's say, $150 million, and obviously you took it. And then myself or Johnny slipped and said the N-word on a stream, and you had to fire us. How do you feel?
But what if you could go, like Pat McAfee, you could do that show on YouTube. You could, do it on your own. You could keep all the money. You're still going to generate shitloads of dollars. And you're generating it for yourself. You're not generating it for ESPN. And Pat McAfee likes to have guys on who say politically incorrect shit.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee likes to be his own man. He likes to say what he wants about sports. If he goes to ESPN and does his show there, he's not going to be able to say whatever he wants.
No. I mean, I guess the paycheck comes with some restrictions.
I mean, but if it's for the paycheck, just keep the $120 million with FanDuel
But how do you know what the other people are offering?
McAfee did not return messages. ESPN declined comment. Sources with knowledge of the situation say ESPN is in the pole position. McAfee recently tweeted out a picture of a meeting he had with Disney CEO Bob Iger. Well, that's got to be pretty serious then.
Whoa.
On Monday's show, McAfee said he was up to something, which he said would be announced in the next 10 days. That timeline just happens to perfectly correspond with Disney upfronts, which are scheduled for May 16th. Well, I mean, that's a dead giveaway then.
Right.
It's expected to be an 8-figure per year deal. It may be less than the $30 million plus a year FanDuel deal he is potentially walking away from.
Do you have to feel shitty if you're FanDuel then? I don't know.
I don't get it. Like, ESPN is laying people off right now. They just fired, Disney just fired 7,000 people. ESPN just let a bunch of people go. And now they're going to give McAfee a job. But again, McAfee doesn't really fit the kind of politically correct nature that ESPN's been going for lately. And they're not going to pay him as much as FanDuel is. I just don't get this deal. And I don't understand why he doesn't just do it himself. Maybe somebody can educate me.
There's been days where you don't like that you're the one in control of everything either. Maybe you want somebody else to like run the ship essentially, but
yeah, I guess you sell it off and then all you do is you do your show and you go home.
Exactly.
Yeah. That would be kind of...
I don't know. Maybe there's like a weird stigma in certain circles of like working with one over the other that he doesn't like. I don't know.
Cerberus with $10 says a tenner for your troubles. Sad y'all had to skip a night. The squirts suck. Been stuck at a Menards, D.C. for about 6 hours. I hate this place. What?
Menards.
You've been stuck at a Menards for 6 hours?
God, why 6 hours?
What are you doing?
They can't find his order or something?
I mean, at some point, you got to tell them to go fuck themselves, right?
Give me my money back or something.
Yeah. Somebody asked me if we've done the Tucker news yet. No, we're going to do the Tucker one tomorrow morning. We're going to start the show tomorrow with all the Tucker news. Tucker's made an announcement on where he's landing next. And
interesting.
We're going to discuss that on tomorrow's show. It's an interesting idea.
Is it something that we've discussed already?
It's one of the options. Yeah, it's one of the options, but it's not like the sexiest option. It's kind of like, I guess the easiest, most immediate option is the way I would put it. But it's got a lot of potential. FACP Monitoring says, Aaron, if you had the opportunity to sell your show for a nice bag of money, wouldn't you? Yes, but that's not in play here with McAfee. He already did that. He already sold off his show for $130 million. And now apparently ESPN's going to give him, a millions of dollars a year deal, but it's less than the FanDuel deal. And maybe
Well, maybe
maybe the security of having a contract with a major media company.
That's the way I'd see it. If somebody, obviously not happening, but if somebody said, "Hey, April, do you want to go work for FanDuel or ESPN?" ESPN sounds sexier to me. Like it's just that company.
I mean, we all talk about like, the internet's more free and shit like that. But network still is where all the people are and all the money is. I mean, you go on the internet and there's technically, I guess you could say just as many, if not more people, but it's all scattered between, 5,000 million voices that are shouting into the void. Whereas in ESPN, it's a network, it's a destination, people go there. Like you're never going to get the ratings you could get on like an ESPN that you could just doing a podcast on YouTube. There's just way too much noise out there. And the networks are still the ones that have the money. If you think YouTube money is bigger than Disney money, I got bad news for you.
I do believe that like ESPN is people's go-to for sports, typically.
For a lot of people, yeah. If not the network, then online or Twitter or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Menard's Distribution Center. Okay. Driving truck. That's what it is. Sorry. I'm stupid sometimes. Guys, thank you very much for knocking out our goal tonight and also putting us, I think, $55 ahead now for tomorrow morning. We appreciate that. And remember, Steel Toe Coffee is up for sale. The link is right there, pinned in the chat. Steel Toe Coffee available just for you. Shipping is included in the pricing. We appreciate that, guys. Thank you for all of your support.
Thank you.
As Kane J says, if Disney pays ESPN for advertising, it basically is a cash transfer. That's true. That's true. We haven't talked about Robert De Niro today. Robert De Niro is owed a congratulations or an immediate vasectomy. He had a kid today.
No.
Robert De Niro welcomed baby number 7 at age 79.
That's weird, right?
That's not fair to the kid. Like your dad could die before you walk.
Or take his money and, don't cry about it.
Honestly,
to me, that sucks.
He's old enough to be a great grandfather.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, you're not going to be around for like the graduation in high school.
You don't think he'll be around at 97?
I don't. No.
That's very pessimistic of you. 79-year-old Robert De Niro is proof you can still make some serious life changes even in your later years. I mean, what's next? Just cut your cock off and turn trans, right, Rob?
Oh my God.
I mean, what else is there?
It's Robin De Niro.
Yeah, it's going to be Robin De Niro by the time he's dead. He's just going to make sure he touches all the bases before he goes around. Here's the deal. The legendary actor dropped the baby bombshell in a recent interview with ET Canada's Brittany Blair, who brought up to him the fact that he's got 6 kids. Turns out that list is a little bit longer. Shockingly, he corrected her by adding 7, actually. I just had a baby. Now, Robert, who's ironically promoting his latest flick, About My Father, it's a Sebastian Maniscalco biopic, I think, seemed to breeze right past the huge news, especially for a guy his age. Well, he probably breezed right past it because he doesn't want to face the 6 or 7 questions that are going to come next, which is, aren't you really fucking old?
Aren't you afraid of not being around for your kid?
Yeah. Like, aren't you worried that, like, you're going to die before he goes to school? That your kid's essentially going to be fatherless?
Or even if, like, he makes it to graduation in high school, like, so your kid's going off to be an adult and start life, his dad just dies immediately. Kind of sets him in a bad way.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to hear those questions, so he kind of breezes right past it and goes, anyway, the movie I've got coming out, it's really great, you guys. Wait, did you just say you had a kid? No, Sebastian Maniscalco is great to work with, just fantastic. Instead, he went on to chat about fatherhood, saying he doesn't see himself as a cool pop, and adding he disagrees with his kiddos from time to time, especially the younger ones. Right, that's because he doesn't know what TikTok is.
Exactly, you're old.
Yeah, you can't have any more kids. You're too old.
Too old.
As you know, Robert's tied the knot and gotten divorced 2 times. That's really not bad for a guy his age in Hollywood.
I would have actually thought it was worse than that.
Yeah.
A lot of people you look up today that are like maybe even 20 years younger than him have been married and divorced 3 times.
Here, let's go. Let's take, although I think he's older than him, Michael Douglas wives. Oh, he's only been married 2 All right, good for him. Michael Douglas is doing okay.
Look up Bobby Flay.
Is he? Is he had a lot of them?
I think so.
Bobby Flay wives.
Yeah.
He's had 3. He's had 3 and he's not married now, so the
One
next
of
one
them's
will
from
be.
Law and Order.
Oh my God, the prosecutor
Yep.
from Law and Order?
Stephanie March.
Oh, look at her.
I believe
That's the last one,
I
too.
believe he cheated on her with January Jones is the lore.
Wow.
So, I mean, the
fucking
chef gets
Birdie
around.
from Mad Men.
Isn't it weird, though? Like, Bobby Flay, of all people.
Ric Flair wives. Let's see.
5 of them.
We've got Leslie Goodman, Elizabeth Flair, Tiffany Vandemark, Jackie Beams, and Wendy Barlow. So I think he's still married to Wendy. See, I thought the Wendy Barlow one was. I thought that one was falling apart, though.
I think, right. I thought we reported that he was getting divorced.
I thought Nate was getting divorced.
He's probably
one more
in the
time.
process.
In 1983, well, we know that one.
Wait,
Ric
that
Flair-
one didn't
here,
end yet?
January 31st of last year, Ric Flair announces divorce from his 5th wife, Wendy Barlow.
Yeah.
Fuck, Nate. Quit. Knock it off. Stop getting mad. That's 5 now, dude. And you're about De Niro's age.
How many has Nick Cage had?
Has he been married
Or like
a
a
lot?
Tom Cruise.
By the way, Tom Cruise courting Shakira. Says he
I don't
wants,
like that couple.
Says he wants to go on a date with Shakira.
That's a weird thing to me.
I love
That's
that.
as weird as like Nick Cannon and Taylor Swift.
Nope,
That's
I love
weirder,
that.
actually.
I love that couple. I want Tom
they don't
Cruise.
look right together somehow.
Tom Cruise looks right with everybody. I watched Tropic.
Even me.
I watched Tropic Thunder last night, so I want him to be Les Grossman, though. I don't want him to be Tom Cruise. I want Les Grossman to be a real person.
You would want Les Grossman.
I guess he is. Les Grossman is a real person, just pretty much every Jew that runs a studio in Hollywood. No, really. A nutless fucking monkey could do your job. Now go out there and take credit for all my accomplishments. No, I would never. I'm just kidding with you, buddy.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. But seriously, a nutless monkey could do your job.
Drunken.
Nick Cage wives. How many does old Nicky have? Oh, holy
Oh, wow. I
shit.
pulled that out of my ass.
Patricia Arquette, Lisa Marie Presley, Alice Kim, Erica Quakey, and Rico Shibata.
That looks like a kid.
Might be a kid. You don't fucking know. 5 wives.
I pulled that completely out of my ass. I had no idea.
Less trust, more truth, says John Tyler, 10th U.S. president. Still has living grandchildren since he had kids at 75 in the 1840s. No, he doesn't.
Hey.
You wouldn't have living grandchildren.
Yeah, there's no way.
John Tyler, that can't be true. The history of our nation. Born in 1928, Harrison Ruffin Tyler is currently 94 years old and resides in the enduring homeland of the Tyler clan, the state of Virginia. Motherfucker! Jonathan Tyler's grandkid is alive and living in Virginia. No shit.
What about not Tom Brady. Inglourious Bastards guy, Hollywood. Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's only had
How
like
many
2.
he had? Okay. See, I feel like that's pretty much where you're gonna land on most of them. Is gonna be 2 or 3.
I think if you've got 3 or under in Hollywood, you're doing all right. Yeah, he was
look at his though.
married to Jennifer
Jesus.
Aniston and Angelina Jolie. He can still have one
Both
more if he
for
wants
5
to.
years.
Yeah, he can still have one more if he wants.
I'm guessing Leo's never been married, but he date just because he keeps dating young ladies.
Well, because it gets expensive for him to keep signing them out of school and adopting them.
I hear you. It is difficult.
It gets very difficult. He just hates all the paperwork that comes with dating all his girlfriends. Yes, Jeremy. Yes, Diet Coke. I was
Watch it.
I was in and out of consciousness yesterday as I was bedridden.
Oh, God.
And I woke up to the part in Inglourious Bastards where he goes, I see you. Which one of you fucks is Damian Cockburn? That would be me, sir. It's great to have some FaceTime. Who here's the key grip? You. I want you to hit that director in the face really fucking hard. I love that. From the second that guy is on screen, he is just my favorite guy ever in any movie. Honestly, top 5 movie character for me, Les Grossman.
Okay.
Captain Quint from Jaws.
Ew.
Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder. Those are the 2 that stand out right away. Maybe throw Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood. Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. And you know what? Just to be a dick, Rocky. Those are maybe my 5 favorite characters.
Anton Chigurh makes your top 5.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
It's pretty fucking weird, actually.
That guy is great. The way he can.
I agree with Cold C. What a weird list.
Why? There's a little bit of everything in there. A little drama, a little comedy, a little action.
I don't know.
Some of my favorite characters in any movies. Plainview. Why can't I think of his name now? Les Grossman.
Okay.
Those two are definitely in there. For sure. Anton Chigurh. No, not Anton Chigurh. That wouldn't be correct. Nebo says President Camacho is top 5 easily.
President Camacho is pretty great.
President Camacho is pretty fucking good. No Robert Duvall. No, from which movie? Which Robert Duvall character do you want me to pick? I don't think so. Robert De Niro having a kid at 79 years old. Quit it.
It's so weird. Like one of my grandparents died 10 years before that, 10, 15 years younger than that.
He's having kids.
You know what I mean? No, 3 of them did. Jesus.
Yeah. And Robert De Niro's having kids.
I was just sitting it'd be cool if I had my grandparents around and he's just having babies.
Yeah, he's just throwing kids out there. Triple N says Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York. That's another good one. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Maybe John Malkovich as Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Oh my God.
I would beat their heads in with a goddamn stick, George. I would tend the rabbits.
I do like that.
Derek Chauvinist, Edward Norton's dad in American History X. Oh, how could I forget about that one? No. It's bullshit.
What about, I can't remember the guy's name from Pulp Fiction.
The Wolf?
No.
Ving Rhames? Marcellus Wallace?
Is the wolf the one with the storage?
No, that's just Jimmy.
He didn't even have it actual name.
That's Jimmy. Oh. You mean Quentin Tarantino's character?
Yeah, I think
that's just Jimmy.
I think of him often in that movie.
That those movies the more you watch Tarantino movies, his characters in those movies were just his vehicle for him to be able to say the N-word.
Yes.
Because Django,
do feet stuff.
Django, he's saying the N-word. Pulp Fiction, he's saying the N-word. And I'm sure there's another movie where Quentin Tarantino is just throwing out the N-bomb. He just really, really likes it.
I actually really preferred Leo from Who's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh,
one of my favorite characters.
Very good. That was the most close to life character Leo's ever played.
No.
That's the closest to him.
Django for sure.
Yeah, maybe Django. I don't know, man. What's Eating Gilbert Grape is pretty close. Have you heard his politics? Does kind of sound a little he does seem a little Gilbert Grape-ish in that one. I don't know. Emilio Estevez in Repo Man. No, but I'll take Coach Gordon Bombay. He was very inspirational to me as a child.
Pauly Shore in Biodome. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Pauly Shore in anything.
Best Pauly Shore movie, everyone. On 3, 1, 2, 3, Encino
Son-in-Law. That's
Oh wait, you know what? You haven't seen Encino Man.
Yeah, fuck that.
Okay.
Son-in-Law all day long.
Isn't that amazing? You look at Brendan Fraser's start and end point in acting, the way he looked in Encino Man versus the way he looks in The Whale. And that is a night and day. If I showed you Brendan Fraser in Encino Man, you go, I don't remember that Brendan Fraser.
I probably don't because I didn't see it.
Brendan Fraser Encino Man from 1992. Here you go.
Oh.
There's buff-ass, ripped Brendan Fraser.
Why that hair, though?
Because he's a retarded caveman. He doesn't know shit. He got frozen. And then he's not ripped in this movie. He's pretty scrawny. But, he got frozen, and then they found him in Encino, California, and they unfroze him in a garage, and then that was Link.
There's a point where he looks ripped and bedazzled with Elizabeth Hurley.
Not one of my favorite Brendan Fraser movies.
It's a goofy one.
Yeah, you've gotta check out Encino Man. It's a must-see. Let's talk about this guy a little bit. I don't even know how this one is possible. A man in Daphne, Alabama was pulled over on a jet ski, and police say they couldn't find him with anything because the jet ski is technically street legal. How do you get a jet ski to go on land?
You put fucking wheels on it? Or a track or something. No, there's a track under it. There's no wheels, there's a track on it.
I thought you had to be in the water for the propulsion to work.
Not if you put like a snowmobile track on it or something.
Well, this is a thing that happened. This isn't the actual guy, but this is the closest thing they could find to video of a guy using a jet ski on the road.
Yo, man, you won't believe this.
That's awesome.
We got a jet ski in the ATL going down the highway on the jet ski.
Yeah, like it's got to be modified. He's got to have wheels or tracks on it.
I want to be him. He looks so happy.
The happiest guy I've ever seen, maybe.
He's so happy.
Oh, he's got his GoPro on there, too. He's filming himself.
He's just living his life on his jet ski on the road.
Oh.
Wow. It says.
Funny
you
stuff
can't hear
right
me.
here, man. It's on a motorcycle jet ski, y'all. This is crazy.
Oh, there are wheels in it.
Okay. It's
he
a
put wheels in
motorcycle.
there.
No, he modified a motorcycle, I think, didn't he? And just put a jet ski
I'd say
chassis
it
over it.
looks like the middle of the underside of the jet ski was hollowed out and there's wheels under it.
Okay. I was going to say, like, dry firing a jet ski is really fucking terrible for it, but he's got a modified.
The backside of his little jet ski there said Scooby Skidoo.
Of course.
As you do.
Oh.
That guy's awesome.
Rebel the Uncanny says it's because black men hate the water. That's way to take something really nice and sweet and innocent and just...
They don't all do that.
Turn it into that. A jet ski with tracks is just a snowmobile. Good point, David Denominici.
Yeah, it's true.
Dave S. says, not the strangest thing you'll see on Atlanta roads. Actually, it's probably pretty true.
Probably see somebody going along on a goat.
In Atlanta? I was thinking more just shooting people. But okay. Howard Stern is back in the news. I tell you what, Howard's never been more relevant than the past couple of days. He's been complaining about black people not wanting to touch him at basketball games.
Wow.
Which is really strange because Howard doesn't want anyone to touch him.
He's a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
So
he thinks everyone's trying to get him sick. He thought he was going to die of COVID every day.
Sweaty shirt.
For like 2 years. He was going to die of COVID. If he went outside and breathed the air.
But then he goes out to a dinner with all of his famous looky-loos. Like,
yeah.
What?
And then now he's going out to Knicks games, so he's been able to quell that fear, apparently. He quells the fear of going to Knicks games, but now he's upset because the black basketball players don't go, oh my God, it's Howard Stern. I'm going to go talk to him. And they talk to Chris Rock and who was the other one? Tracy Morgan instead. Look, 23-year-old black guys don't really know who Howard Stern is anymore because Howard Stern hasn't been on terrestrial radio for about 18 years.
Right.
And not a lot of people have Sirius XM anymore.
No.
So
God, I bet you could bitch those people down on the phone to paying like $2 a month.
Oh yeah, they're
you
desperate.
Really could.
To have
I've gotten
people.
it down to 5 before.
So apparently, Howard Stern is the only person on earth surprised that black people want to talk to Chris Rock more than him. I thought that was just kind of a given. But before we get you to the next thing that Howard Stern's all pissed off about, let's talk to Granny. He's calling in one more time. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, I just had a fight. I just had a big-time fight with the guy from Win by 2 Radio. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's like this terrible.
He's a big fan. He's a big fan of our show.
He watches a lot, but I had with somebody named Soft Weekly.
Soft is another big fan of our show.
He sounds like he's got 14 fucking hot dogs in his mouth and he can't guzzle the cum as it's coming in.
Well,
and I forgot I was wearing a steel toe shirt and we had a fight.
This sounds like the gayest thing I've ever heard. What's
it's dude, it honestly, like it's almost like Chinese finger trap, like wieners and Chinese finger trap type of gay.
Yeah. I don't understand what it has to do with tonight's show.
Not a lot, dude. This is kind of more of like a self promotion, and also, we got custom cornhole bags coming in.
Who does?
You know what I mean? So, me and my partner to fuck you up, dude. You're gonna see my fucking butt cheeks.
Oh, for the cornhole tournament. Granny, I have to tell you something. You are the worst segue person of all time. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, you were fighting with some irrelevant YouTube guys, and then you're talking about the cornhole tournament, and you never told us that you were changing topics.
What, did I ever claim to be a professional?
No, never.
Not drunk?
No, right. Well, that part you never claimed to be not drunk. That's true. But what I'm saying is, in order for me to follow the conversation, you have to kind of lead me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'm leading you here, and I'm gonna double back on both of these segments right in one fucking fatal swoop.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. First of all, the fucking cornhole, you're getting fucked up and you're going to see my butt cheeks the entire time.
Okay, so you're going to have your ass. So your ass is being made into a cornhole board.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't say, no, hold on. No. You made that sound like I'm getting fucking sacks thrown in my butthole.
You know what? I tell you, nothing gets past you.
Thank you. And then secondly, what I would like to say is, win by two can go fuck themselves, bro. And all day long, bro. I'm not aggressively though. Those aren't aggressive pew pew, but he's like,
look,
I'm coming for you.
Look, man, you're a fan. You're a fan of a successful show, and that breeds jealousy from people who aren't very successful. And there's no worse jealousy than watching the people you're jealous of and getting angry. So you're just going to attract that kind of hatred being associated with it, buddy.
I'm cool with that, though.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like you're doing very well. Did you make a good account of yourself in your fight?
Yeah. No, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Look, it's a pretty soft opponent. I understand that, but hey, we all got to start somewhere.
It's easy, bro. It's like I got to use quarter of my brain. You know what I mean? Like
I agree with that.
One quarter of the oil in my brain that was used for these people, dude. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dominate you on the fucking cornhole sack tournament. And then on the other half, I'm going to fucking win by two. You know what I mean? And they can go fucking, you know what? Yeah,
look, brother, they need all the help they can get just to match up with you because they couldn't reach up this high. So I wish them, I wish them all the luck in the world with you because from what I've seen, they could definitely use the help. So good luck to you, buddy.
Thanks, Aaron. Hey, you tell him fucking Granny's coming. Fucking hell's coming with him.
All right, Granny. Thank you, bud. Holy shit. And that's a Tuesday night.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Oof.
I bet he's fun at parties.
Citizen M quoting me says, they're fans, they're irrelevant. They're fans, they're irrelevant. Well, Citizen M, I'm sorry. What do you call people who can't stop watching you? I would call those fans. They have to be. You can't watch something over and over and not be big fans of it. There's also a level of jealousy in that. Because if you're not jealous and you're not a fan, you just let it go. You watch something else or you create something of your own. So they have to be fans. They have to be jealous. And yes, you have to be irrelevant to punch that high up. And we're fucking nobodies. So for you to try and swing up at nobodies, where does that leave you? Citizen M, you're a young kid. You'll see it someday.
He just had a kidney stone removed. Can you just...
Oh, I'm sorry, Citizen M. You're pissing blood.
Lay off a little.
Rupert with 199 says, weed, bro. Yeah, I mean, maybe that was just
was that
alcohol,
weed?
But
yeah, I was feeling more alcohol. He said he was drunk.
I think people, like, they want to tell me that. They're like, yeah, I just had a fight with this guy, and I fucking was wearing my steel toe shirt and shit like that. And I'm like, I always tell these people, I go, you know how you win against irrelevant people who, like, don't have any numbers? You just don't fucking talk to them. Because either A, they'll come around because they love you.
Sure.
Or B, they'll just get bored and do something else. Greg Gorilmo says, weed, bro. Well, if y'all insist. Well, look, I don't think you need my invitation. All right, before Granny called, we were talking about Howard Stern. Forgive us, we were doing a show. We apologize. We weren't listening to Granny's drunken ramblings. We were talking about Howard Stern and him wanting black people to like him more. And that black people don't like him as much as he wants him to.
Needs it.
He must be over it because now he's shitting on the new King of England. Howard is, it's just kind of depressing now because even when Howard tries to like talk tough or like shit on people, his problem is he's shown so much of his ass the last few years.
Right.
It's like, Howard, you've shown yourself to be a germaphobe, neurotic mess.
Mess is a good word.
So you don't really like exude the kind of confidence it takes to shit on people because we've seen what you've become. And by the way, when he picked his targets before, it used to be like controversial targets. Like he would shit on Hollywood people that were really famous and that people liked a whole bunch. And it would be, people in pop culture that were really well respected. Like he would feud with Oprah and Jay Leno and people like that. Like people where, it really cost you something to go after him.
Yeah.
Now he's going after the King of England, which is like, it's like shitting on your teacher. Like everyone's going to be okay with that.
Right. But also, isn't he king of like no bullying and stuff like that?
Is he a no bullying guy now?
Yeah. I've heard him say that shit before. Like he'll hear a certain person get shit on by somebody and be like, oh, so that's just what we're doing now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Howard Stern. Oh yeah, that's right. Because he's like called and apologized to DJs he's feuded with.
Yeah. Oh, he's like done all of that shit. I feel like he's absolutely came out when it's somebody that he likes or he's in favor of. And he's like, oh, that's just shitty of you. Like, what are you for bullying or something?
Yeah. Howard did that thing where like you do something and you become really successful at it. And then you close the door behind you.
Yeah.
You go, oh, that's a terrible thing to do.
Like, I bet he hates himself from Private Parts now. I bet he wants nothing to do with that.
I bet he would say that. I bet he's probably said as much on the air, but we wouldn't know because we don't really listen to it. Again, if you don't like something, you just don't listen to it. The only reason you listen to something a lot is because you love it. So let's listen to Howard Stern because I will say I love Howard Stern. I just don't like what he's doing now. Here's Howard talking about the King of England. Get ready for edgy Howard.
I'm ready.
He's putting up his dukes with an elderly Englishman.
Yeah, I'm sure he can't handle it.
To get a grip on themselves. I understand maybe it brings in tourism, but Jesus H. Christ. First of all, Prince Charles is a pussy. That's number one. And people are acting like the whole ceremony, they're acting like that fucking guy went to war or something and then beat up all the other people.
Did something great besides be born. Yeah.
Yeah. But, they're like, we swear our allegiance.
First of all, Howard, let me tell you something. You know who else thought Charles was a pussy? His first wife.
Absolutely.
How'd that end up? Huh?
She bailed. I'm just kidding.
To you, and you are a great warrior. I mean, the whole thing is fucking nuts. And in this day and age,
where do they get those outfits?
The costumes
and the
are crazy.
I'm like, what
Horrible.
are they dressed up for?
So boring. I watched the
Looks like a crazy Halloween party.
What happened?
Okay, but
what happened to my Howard Stern show?
I
I'm
know.
just listening to this going, ugh.
You're shitting on somebody's like traditions and stuff like that has nothing to do with anything, really.
But like, it's not only that. Like, whatever, shit on the King of England. Who gives a shit? Fuck him. But like, can you be funny? Like, can we get a joke in there?
Right,
can we get a bit or something
Can we at
like
least
that?
make like some Catholic jokes or like joke about what the choir was chanting as they came down the aisle?
Like now it's just an old Jewish man bitching about the King of England, now that bit is not even original.
it was disgusting. And I'll tell you why it's disgusting. I mean,
why, Howard?
It doesn't take a brain surgeon to say this, but England's having its own economic problems, and they spent a fortune on that coronation, and it's just repugnant to
Howard Stern, man of the people, of course, as you know. He really cares about, the population getting their bread in circuses and not overspending on these lavish things. I mean, yeah, Howard, it is a really tough economy for people out there. I mean, you would hate to, be seen spending extravagant money needlessly, like maybe having the company you work for build you a vehicle elevator so it can move your car up to where you are and drop you off right on the floor you're at from your vehicle.
How dare you consider that excessive?
That would be ridiculous, right? Especially with the way the economy is right now.
No, I bet Howard Stern does a lot of charitable work for the
No,
needy.
I'm sure he does, but like, what a weird thing to bitch about.
watch a country who's suffering through economic problems. There are people, and then you see the pomp and circumstance. Now, I'm not naive. I understand that they've determined that having a monarchy sort of brings tourists in, and it provides a flavor to the country and something for people to go see. It's part of the tourism. I guess.
Honestly, this sounds like an AM radio show. Like, this sounds like you'd have this on an AM talk station in some mid-major market. Like, this would be maybe not Cincinnati. They had the gay F word on there just recently. This would be like a Kansas City AM talk station with these lukewarm takes.
This is just about like a step above the quartering to me. Like, it's
right?
It's so boring.
Like, there's no point to it. Like, right. Howard, what's the point to all this?
Get all that. I'm not naive, but
make a joke.
It just sends the wrong message. And those two, I watch American Idol.
Well, guys, that settles it. Mr. Finger on the Pulse over here, Howard Stern. Mr. watches all the edgy television and knows exactly what's going on. Mr., pop culture himself, Howard Stern, he watches American Idol.
Yeah, with his cat. But, like, what does this have to do with anything? Where does American Idol tie in with this guy?
Well, American Idol is so much better than the coronation. I mean, I love how he goes, we shouldn't be spending millions of dollars on these distractions in tough economic times. By the way, I was watching a karaoke contest yesterday that probably spent just as much on one season as they did the English coronation.
Yes.
And, boy, those kids could sing.
And those two showed up, King Charles and King Camilla, whatever she is. Camilla the Queen.
Camilla.
Yeah, King Kong, whoever the fuck showed up there. And they marched out. They're like two wooden boards. They're like vampires. They're stiffs. Katy Perry and Lionel are talking to them. I thought they were going to, I don't know. I thought they were cardboard cutouts at first, like they
would somebody
wheeled in.
But you sound like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah,
right
would
now.
somebody please just give him his Geritol and let him take a nap?
His Geritol.
Jesus Christ, that's difficult to listen to just because I like Howard so much and like what he meant to broadcasting and everything else. Oh yeah, A-hole Doug, Aaron, how about you send Howard Stern some steel toe coffee? No shit.
He does sound sleepy.
It's like a guy trying to get out of second gear, and it's just not going for him. Matthew Jenkins, Howard is so boring, I can't even get mad at him anymore. Right?
Why does he... Like, yeah, he doesn't throw humor into anything. He's just very monotone.
Yeah, Johnny 1.0 says, this is what happens when you fire all your comic writers and let Hollywood in. See, Howard had this problem where he surrounded him, and it happens to everybody. You surround yourself with yes men. And then he got rid of all the people that wrote for him and did all this good work for him. And he started to believe that he was the reason behind the Howard Stern Show's success. But from day one and from the best days of the Howard Stern Show, he was always surrounded by funnier people than him.
Right.
And he knew how to get the most out of those really funny people. And that got you through like the Howard Stern commentary. Howard Stern would be really interesting to listen to get his thoughts on pop culture and news and shit like that when he wasn't afraid to say what he wanted to say. But then he would go to like a Sal and Richard thing, or Artie would have something for the show, or, even Stuttering John or Jackie, or, somebody would have, or they'd go to Beetlejuice or something like that. Now Howard's just like, you know what I'll do? I'll just bitch to the world about the things that are bothering me, and then I'll interview some, past their prime 70-year-old celebrity. Like, Howard doesn't want to get to know who's famous now. The motherfucker watches American Idol and thinks that's hip television.
I will tell you that he had MGK on his show, and they talked about drugs.
Okay, all right. He had MGK on, but MGK is about 6 or 7 years past his prime.
Yeah, nobody cares about him.
Right. He's not relevant now as much as he was almost 10 years ago.
I think he was more relevant now just for being with Megan Fox.
Right.
If anything.
Howard has some nerve calling them stiff, right? Shaft says, Stern is a piece of shit, always has been, hit it well. I worked at his house. I saw things. Yeah, Howard's never really been the common man that he always portrayed himself as. He's always been like a shut-in. He wanted to appeal to the common man, but he always wanted to be accepted and embraced by Hollywood.
Well, yeah, of course.
And once he got embraced by Hollywood, he went, see you later, hard hat wearing losers. Go fuck yourself. That's Howard. Howard doesn't drink coffee. Too many calories. Not joking, says Taste Fairy. Well,
even black coffee?
The black coffee won't say hi to him at Knicks games. So, But yeah, Howard, how else do you keep a 6'5", 130-pound frame? You can't be putting calories in there.
I guess.
Nick, first name, Gurr, last name, says, I need to get on Howard's show. You sure do, buddy.
Yes, you do.
He said your name so many times throughout his career. You might get one more out of him. Citizen M says, after he lost Melendez, his writer room never recovered. Stop it. Stuttering John was never a writer for the Stern Show. He was a phone answerer, phone screener. In my opinion, when he lost Artie, that was it. I thought Sal and Richard were really good, but around 2009, 2010, when he lost Artie Lang, that was like his connection to the common man. That was his connection to regular people.
Sad when any show loses Artie. That guy was funny.
Yeah, every show that lost Artie due to his drug addiction was really harmed by it. Almost as much as Artie was harmed.
Almost.
By his drug addiction.
It is impressive that he's still alive,
Yeah.
It always does impress me, like people like Artie Lang, Bam Margera, like those people are still kicking, but like normal people will die of much less things.
I am actually very happy that Artie made it.
Oh, of course.
And that he's still alive.
Sure.
I know like he's selling his mom's house and they're moving and he shut down his website and all that, but like I'd rather have Artie like alive and, struggling to make ends meet than have Artie die the way he was.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't want to see somebody go like that.
And like even if Artie like can't work because it's too much temptation, like there's enough supportive friends and family and people around him that would like keep him propped up. I mean, I would hope. Artie bought a bag of smack with his name on it, showed the guy his ID, and the guy gave it to him, says Wrong Hole Rick. Yeah, Artie's got some stories from the bad old days, but I guess, I don't know Artie. I can only go by secondhand information I've gotten. But apparently he stays in. He just stays completely away from temptation.
Well,
he
yeah.
tried for a while during one of his second to the last rehab stint. He got out and he was like, I'll still work. I'll still do stand-up. And I'll just stay away from all the bad things. And it was just impossible. So he said, you know what?
Everywhere.
Yeah, this time I'm just going to lock myself in. I'm going to live with my mom. I'm going to take care of her. She's going to take care of me. And I'm just going to I'm going to white knuckle the shit out of this and stay on the straight and narrow. Like, I guess he only communicates with 3 or 4 people outside of his immediate circle. So,
well, if you think about all the people that he did have communication with previously, it's probably people he did drugs with. Like all
Right.
of them.
And
And
you
he
gotta
was
cut
probably
those-
done drugs with all of them.
yeah, and you got to cut those people out. The Farley Burge Zone with $4.99. Dave Farley says, I love when Howard had people like Riley Martin on and people like that. Right. If most people
you.
tell you what their favorite part of the Howard Stern show was, it's
wasn't
usually
him.
it's usually something that somebody else did.
Well, I
Like
hate to
it's
say it.
Jackie or Artie or Fred or Sal or Beetlejuice or somebody like that.
It's kind of like the O&A show too, is like, there's Opie, but then he's got Anthony and Jimmy and all these other people around him that are just more funny than him too. I'm sure
Yeah.
he wasn't like
And
the
if you-
one that was talked about a whole lot.
And if your ego can get out of the way, you can ride that forever.
Yes, you could.
I mean,
Absolutely, you could.
Your name is on the
People
show.
don't go to this show for me. Like, you should all be going to the show for him. 100%.
What?
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I mean, I just these guys like I guess when you get to a certain level, the ego has to take over. You can't fight it forever because we're all egotistical people to even want to do this in the first place. But
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, but like Opie especially, like you could have ridden that out
Into the sunset.
You're the board op. You're the setup guy, and these guys handle the punchlines. And your name is on it. And like the tragedy about Opie is Opie even said that. Opie said, "Who cares if I'm not the funniest guy in the room? My name's on there. I'm going to get credit anyway." And then he
stick to that.
He didn't. He turned on that.
I mean, I guess he still has millions of dollars, but
Yeah,
so who cares, really?
He'll be fine. Yeah. Hobo Chili Recipe says, "See, I was always on Opie and Anthony and Ron fan because I grew up in Florida." Well, sure. Jay Santos says, Howard was great hype man for himself when he appeared on late night talk shows during his prime. Yeah, Howard was a great carnival barker. Howard was a great, what do you call that? The ringleader of the circus.
He's not the one doing the stuff.
Right, he's the one introducing the stuff. And coming up next in the wild pit, we have a lion breathing fire and
You
shit.
call the shots.
Yeah,
You're
you
that
kind of
guy.
organize everything and, this is what we're going to present to people. Zen Rhino says he's worth $650 million. which is, I was wondering about this, which is $100 million less than what King Charles is worth. That's why Howard hates him. Yeah. Can Howard really call him some stiff as a board, stuffed shirt, elitist royal when Howard has pretty much as much money as King Charles does?
Not really, but I guess, yeah, you can actually. When you're rich, you get to say that.
It's just listening to Howard now. It's just like I'm listening to a kvetching old Jewish man. That's it. Shaft says $200 million less than David Chandler. Oh, well, that's true. That's true.
I hope Chandler's sitting on a few million at least.
I hope so, too. Guys, if you don't know by now, Steel Toe Coffee is out. It is on the shop, crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. There's the link in the chat. It's also pinned to the top of the page. If you want your Steel Toe Coffee, get it now. $19.99 for a 12-ounce bag, $24.99 for a 1-pound bag, and that's going to be including shipping on those. So you're not going to be hit with shipping costs afterwards. So get your Steel Toe Coffee. Great way to not only support the show, but get a really good coffee out of it. April is the coffee pro. They sent this over for her. She tasted it. She said, this is the Steel Toe Coffee. This is the one. And it's up now on crescentmountcoffee.shopify.com. And again, there's the link in the chat if you'd like to grab it. Everybody smash the shit out of the like button for tonight. Subscribe to the channel. Share the show. All that happy horse shit. We do have a clip coming up in about 20 minutes. So after overtime is over, we're going to have a bonus clip for you on today's show. Today, if we don't get... Oh, boy, we are close. I was going to say, if we don't have one of our uploads from today, one of our best of clips, get into the thousands, it will be the first day we've had a clip not get into the thousands since April 20th. So about 20 days, almost a month.
Which one was this?
That is a very impressive streak. Just any best of. So we've got the Tucker Carlson Media Matters one and the Howard Stern demands black people say hi to him at basketball games clip. Both of them are tickling the balls of 1,000, and we got 3 hours left in the day. So if you want to check those out after the show tonight, feel free. Nicholas Gurr saying, I sponsor the Steel Toe Coffee. That is not true. As Frankie would say, not true. I repeat, not true.
Very nice of you, sir.
Red Fox Mad says, is the coffee dark or light roast? It is a medium and dark roast, so it's a little combo.
I would say it's great to drink straight up black by itself if you like that. It's not too strong to drink it that way, but if you want some cream in it, that's good too.
There you go. Red Fox Mad, thank you very much for the $9.99. Again, you guys are way ahead for tomorrow morning. 285 away from tomorrow's goal. Thank you for all of your support. Scott Shelley says, I love watching you guys come up. Well, thank you very much. I don't know what feels better. You saying you like watching us come up or other people literally watching us as we do this and getting mad that it's going well. I have two parts of me. I have a live and let live part of me, and then I have a vindictive, sore winner side of me, and they tug at each other constantly. Nicholas Gurr says, April likes her coffee like she likes me. Yes, doused in milk to make you whiter.
Oh, no. No. I barely put any cream in my coffee.
I don't know.
That's Johnny.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's right. He bitched at
Johnny,
you that one day.
Yeah, like I felt sinful putting that amount of cream in there. And I got it down here and he's like, oh, I guess April doesn't put much cream in her coffee.
I don't understand people who do that. It's like, why not just have a soda then if you want something sweet?
Why not just have a splash of coffee with your cream?
Right. Like if you're just going to make it a candy, that's why I don't get...
Well, don't yell at people for doing the thing they like because you do what you like too.
Like, but I'm saying, like, why don't you just do...
You would...
a candy thing.
Like, if I were to hand you a cup of black coffee versus, like, a Frappuccino, you'd like a Frappuccino too. You wouldn't go for the black coffee.
Yes, but out of all of those, I would prefer a Coke.
No, there weren't those options.
I don't
We're
want
talking
either.
about coffee.
Then I would rather have neither. I will wait until a Coke comes by.
I'm just saying, it's just somebody's preference.
10K by the end of May, says Kyle W. Yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We want to do that 10K by the end of May, and we are about 300 away from 10K. So it's going to be very close to see if we get to 10K by the end of May. Now, we originally stated first day of summer, 10,000, which that looks like a fait accompli, but If we could do 10K by the end of May, that would be pretty sweet. That would be really good. April likes her cream unfertilized, says K. Fallen the Great.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wrong Hole Rick says king-size Snickers bars, 2 ounces of coffee, stir and serve. Right, that's what some people do with their coffee.
I do find that gross. Like, that shit's too full of sugar for me. I can't drink it. I can't.
Well, no matter what you like, guys, just go to that website and get yourself some steel toe coffee and enjoy. Got a couple of stories left here before we leave you to go watch all of our clips and all of the funny stuff that we do on this show. A new poll has been taken, and it's actually pretty discouraging. It shows that the majority of Americans oppose biological men competing in women's sports as trans people.
That's good, right?
That is good.
That's good.
Okay. It's only 62%. That's not
This
good.
is another one of those things, though, where I'm like, okay, the other part of the people, like, are they just being kind of like pressured to be voting that way because, oh, well, if I vote that way, then that means I'm a transphobe.
Either way, that's an L no matter
guess
what,
that is
because
an
now
L.
you're not free to express your opinion because you're scared of what the feedback would be.
Well, that's for everything now.
Well, now
That
you've
is
already
everything.
Yeah, now you've already lost. Specifically, 62% opposed allowing trans athletes in youth sports. 66% opposed trans inclusion in high school sports, and 65% opposed trans inclusion in college and professional sports. So, yeah, I don't. So a third of the country thinks that if you're born male and you transition female in your adulthood, you should be able to compete.
Well, then I can't wait to see their daughters all get, beat out by men. And if you
Right.
vote that way, I feel bad for your children, but that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, you think that you're okay with it until it happens.
But then you'll probably raise your kids to be fine with it too. Like, oh, well, they're just clearly better than me.
Well, and you kind of got to be wary of it and you kind of have to be vocal and speak out about it while it's a small thing, because you see what happens to like that swimmer girl. What was her name?
Riley Gaines.
Riley Gaines. You see what happens to Riley Gaines. She speaks out, and a mob of people who represent 1/3 of the country, a mob of people go to beat the shit out of her and intimidate her and bully her into not speaking out.
That percentage is getting bigger, by the way.
So that 62% needs to really get, not violent, but get aggressive in the way it feels with this 34%, because that 34% is totally fine with bullying and violence to get what they want. So that 62%, it's almost not enough to go, oh yeah, I just don't think that should be allowed. You almost have to stand up to the people who want it to be a thing, like they're pushing it, and you have to push back. Otherwise, we're just going to slowly erode at that 62% over time.
Like, what's super shitty to me is, like, let's say I was out somewhere and somebody were to ask me that same question, like, oh, do you think that trans men, like, into women so biological men should be competing against women in sports? That is an immediate sense of tension in me, because I know my immediate answer and I know what that answer comes with. And it's going to be backlash and all that shit, depending on who you're talking to. So that's just unfortunate.
And I
can't even have a conversation.
And I don't give a shit about the backlash. I'll just sit there and, like, because I don't owe them an explanation. If I tell them what my opinion is and they go, well, what do you think of this? I'd be like, I don't care. I told you my opinion. Like, that's it. I'm not having, everyone thinks we have to have a conversation now. Have a conversation means let me yell at you and tell me why I think you're a dipshit and you're stupid and you're wrong and you're hateful. So
that's what's happening after I answer.
So then I'm not going to have a conversation with you. I'm going to tell you forcefully, this is where I'm at. I'm not okay with this. And then you yell and scream, and I'll go, this isn't a conversation. Like, I was just telling you what I think. I'm not interested in what you think. You keep coming forward to us. You keep coming at us and going, we want to do this. And then we go, no. And you go, no, let us. And we're like, why won't you let us? It's like, you're the one throwing yourselves at us. We weren't coming to you and anything that you do and trying to make you stop doing this, that, or the other thing. You came running full speed at us, trying to, run us over, and we just said no. Patrick Bay says, I need Scott Steiner to explain the math on this. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. Let's see if we can find him.
Thanks, Patrick.
I bet you Scott Steiner could figure this out for us. Hold on. Let's there we go. Let's
Really?
hold on a second.
When did you start doing this? I saw you with this morning.
There we go. Give me 1 second here. We'll get this all set up for you. Scott Steiner will tell you his thoughts on the whole thing. Here we go.
Holler if you hear me.
Yeah. You know, the thing about trans athletes is if you're born with a cock, then you got 33 and 2/3% chance of playing some sports. But if you take that 32 and 2/3% chance of playing sports and then you cut your cock off and you decide to play against the girls, then you got a 95% chance of making it to All-State and then making it to college basketball and becoming a professional because you cut your dick off, but your body still looks like mine. So you go play against the women and you break their noses and their arms and their hymens, and you got an extra 90% chance of winning your games. Now, you be born a man and then you become a woman and then you play sports. You put them together, and that means that you got a 128% and 2/3 chance of being a successful athlete. So the math doesn't lie. And Big Papa Pump says, if you want to guarantee that you're going to be a successful athlete, then you got to cut your dick off. Big Papa Pump is your trans hookup. Holler if you hear me. There you go. Well, there you go.
God, you look good.
Scott Steiner.
What happened? Oh,
Scott Steiner letting us know how you are successful as a trans athlete. If you ever need math done, you go to Big Papa Pump.
you
Simple
went the
enough.
easy way out. No chainmail for you?
We're going to try different things as the show evolves.
Okay.
That's true. I did keep his arms in that one, so it didn't look. It looked like he had 4 arms.
His shoulders are on top of your shoulders.
Look, what do you want me to do? I did it on the spot.
Aaron did deflate. Yeah.
Alaric says that weak bit is the end of the show. Of course, there's always the end of the show is always nigh, and we keep showing up at 6 o'clock in the morning. The fuck is wrong with us? Remember Hadley Gamble, the chick that fucked her way into a gig at CNBC?
Oh yeah, that one.
She fucked the NBC Universal CEO Jeff Shell, and then I think he had to leave. Right?
He did leave.
He left the network, and then we found out that before him, she was sucking the dick of some like other corporate head of either that network or another network. And now apparently she's gone too.
I was going to say, why doesn't she have to leave if they do?
Now she does.
Okay, good.
A settlement between Gamble and NBC Universal over her sex harassment allegations against Shell was significantly less than $10 million, a speculative figure that recently has been circulated in media circles, but was nevertheless still in the millions, according to a source. So the nerve of this broad. She fucks this Jeff Shell, gets a gig at MSNBC, gets promotions, all this other stuff.
All that.
And then when it all falls apart and everyone finds out they've been fucking, she still turns around and sues the company for sexual harassment based on what he did.
That's the move for greedy bitches now, because have you seen, like, you just covered what Tiger Woods' ex is doing too. Oh, it was harassment. You were with them. You agreed to this.
That is pretty remarkable.
It is the thing where you turn around like things aren't working out for you now, and it was sexual harassment.
That level of shamelessness is almost impressive.
I couldn't do it. That to me is like saying I'm getting divorced from you now, and like it was all consensual in that you would think while we were together. But now I come out and say, no, I was, harassed into all those things. I was sexually harassed at all times.
I think you know what it is. When you're working with that big when you work with that big of a company, once the lawyers hear about that revelation that you were fucking the CEO, they all come to you. Like, I don't even think it's your idea to sue. A bunch of lawyers come to you and they go, I think we could get these guys to settle with you for like $2 or $3 million if that's what you want. And you're like, fuck yeah.
Do you remember there was like a police dispatch lady somewhere that was like fucking everybody on the force too? Like she was having sex with
Are you talking
6
about the
guys.
Tennessee one?
No.
You're talking about the New York one.
There was a dispatcher.
Yeah, that's the New York one.
Okay, and I think she was like Hispanic or something, and she was married, but she was having sex with like 6 different people.
Yeah.
And I think she said that they were like harassing her and promising her like upgrades and stuff like that in her career.
Yeah.
If she did this.
And
like
she
came
filed,
out and said that after.
She filed for harassment.
Come on.
Zen Rhino pointing out the Tennessee cop who fucked all her coworkers is now claiming to be a victim.
Oh, of course.
Saying she was groomed into that behavior.
Yep, the dick felt good when you were getting it, but now it's harassment.
And you can get some money out of it now.
Why wouldn't you?
You got the dick and the money.
There was some other guy too from TV, like a news channel or something, that got railroaded by some chick he had sex with.
You're not talking about Matt Lauer, are you?
No.
I was going to say, because he didn't get railroaded.
Like
he had
somebody half that guy's age.
He had a fuck button on his desk that locked the door behind them. That was
I
creepy.
knew that one. No, it was some guy who was like half that age. I can't remember his name.
He was a younger dude?
Oh, yeah.
And he fucked on the job?
Yeah, he was having sex with some chick, and...
Are you talking about the Good Morning America guy?
No. Those two are clearly okay with it.
The TJ Holmes? Yeah,
no,
those two are all right.
They're totally fine with it. I'll think of it sometime.
All right, guys. Well, you're going to have to think about it on another show because we are done for the night. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate that. Hey, Steel Toe Coffee is now available. There's the link in the chat, crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. Check it out. Buy your bag of Steel Toe Coffee and tell us what you think about it when you get it. All of the prices include shipping, which is great. We're way ahead for tomorrow morning. We hope to knock that out as well. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
April, thank you very much. And to the rest of you, I'm starting to feel better. I think tomorrow I'm going to be back to 100%. I did not sweat tonight.
Good news.
That is great news. All right, boys and girls, thank you again. Good night. Hit subscribe, hit like, and go check out all of the videos we got coming up. We've got one debuting at 9:35, so in like 3 minutes, we've got one debuting. So go check it out.